It's
Yeah,
super
when it
weird.
first popped up on the stream, it said that you're going to go live at 11:50 p.m. tonight Central Time.
Yeah. Oh, Central Time.
For me, that's what it
Okay.
was.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
For
that's
you,
weird.
it
All
would
right.
have been
So
different.
we're live. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if anybody shows up. This is has been a weird setups situation already. What's going on? Welcome to the closer.
Thank you for having us.
I had I had the original one set up and then could not find it on YouTube, so I don't know where the hell that went. I don't know where that posted, but I ended up deleting it and having to reset it up. So
Did you check your
and now
back
this one,
pocket?
I did not. I didn't. I checked. I didn't check under my seat neither. So who knows? Maybe it might be hiding there. We'll see.
Yeah, you'll find out in 3 weeks when you're walking in and
Yeah,
it smells like fermented ass.
it smells like closer. We started putting up our tree and decorations and all that hot jazz today, so that ran a little bit late. Had the little guy helping out and just didn't want to rush him. So we
I'm gonna try that tomorrow.
Yeah, we still need to finish it up. He was in and out of it. We put the lights on the tree, and then we got about 10 minutes into putting ornaments up, and he turned around and he said, the wife was eating a snack, and he looked and he said, "I want a snack, and I'm exhausted."
So do you like have a big tree? You have like a big tree, or
it's pretty big. It's like a 7.5 foot or 7 foot. It's artificial. It's flocked.
Artificial.
We've had it forever.
Yeah.
This might be the last year for it because all the, some of the lights are acting funny. So I think we've had it for a long time. So we've definitely got our money worth out of it. It was pretty pricey when we bought it. It was a nice one, but it lasted for us. So, what the hell?
Yeah, just wait until after Christmas when Walmart's blowing them out for 10 cents on the dollar.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. I don't know if it's I'm not really sure. I mean, I even thought about this one was pre-lit. Mm-hmm. I'm even thinking, if we could find a really nice one that's not pre-lit, and get it for a really good price, it would be worth it, and the lights are so inexpensive to buy. You can buy a strand of lights for like $3, it's so cheap. So we I don't know. We might do that. And I worry a little bit about buying like a floor model or something if it's pre-lit, but if it's not, what the hell, So who knows? Maybe we'll run across one for super cheap and be like, there we go. Now we're good. So, yeah. Sorry, I just got a text. So Moo, what's up, buddy?
Oh, not too much. Thanks for the link.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, pretty uneventful day. Started hanging up some of my archery stuff on the wall. I took the big TV out the wall and put it in the workout room, and now I'm making a little shrine for all my archery stuff. It's going to turn out pretty cool.
That's cool. That's neat. You just you should have them stuffed, put them in the house, and then you can shoot in the house when the weather's bad.
I've done that.
Mm-hmm. I used to shoot pellet gun in the house when I was a kid. When
I did that
at my grandpa's, I used to go downstairs into the basement and shoot pellet gun.
Yeah.
That with the airsoft.
Airsoft wasn't. I don't think we really didn't have airsoft. We had like. I remember I had some guns it was like basically the precursor to the airsoft gun. It was like the little plastic BBs, but it wasn't like airsoft. Airsoft wasn't around yet. Yeah. It was pellet gun, BB gun, steel or copper or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a like one of those clear see-through I guess child safety, airsoft guns, they're like spring loaded. You have to like cock it back and fire and then recock, fire. Uh-huh. It has a magazine. I think the spring's already kind of worn down, so it shoots and it shoots pretty far, but it doesn't it doesn't have real like hitting power. So if you try to hit a bird, from a certain distance, the bird just be like, shakes it off, like breaks it off, like, hey,
Yeah.
what's that weak pellet gun you're using, So I'll shoot it inside the house sometimes, I just like bam, bam, I'll like have like a shirt hanging or something, and just have the shirt take up the kinetic energy, and it'll just the pellet would just fall on the floor, and I was like, oh, reuse.
Yeah, I never had a BB gun that was like a pump. I always had ones that were. Oh no, I lie. No, my pellet gun was a pump. It was a lever. It had a lever on the side, and you pumped it.
Mm-hmm.
But you couldn't pump it multiple times like some of the old rifles you could. Then my BB gun was a CO2, was a cartridge. So
I saw an old Daisy one. It was also lever, and you just like twist the top, put the BBs in there, and it'll fill up the little reservoir, and then you could like just shake and then like pump and then fire, pump and then fire.
Patriot, when you asked me the other day if I had gotten it, I had checked. I stopped at my PO box the next 2 days, and it hadn't come in yet. I haven't checked in a little bit. The next day or two, I'll swing down there. I'll let you know. I'll let you know what when it shows up. Thanks.
About the second half of his comment.
My cousin shot the freezer in my grandma's basement with his bill. Oh shit, yeah.
Those things are elusive.
It takes some talent to push a bow through sheet metal.
I was watching a video the other day of a guy doing trick shots with a bow, and I can't remember his damn name, the channel name or whatnot, but it just popped up and I clicked on it. It was a suggested thing, and he was shooting quarters and stuff like that. He was throwing them up himself and hitting, shooting them.
Was it Byron Ferguson?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. No, it wasn't. It was a young guy. Byron's an older guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This dude threw up a Tic Tac and shot it.
Yeah, those guys that do the aspirin thing and quarters, that's crazy.
Yep, and it was in like super slow motion. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh.
It's so weird to see not only the accuracy, but how much like movement is in the arrow and all that kind of stuff. When you see it in slow motion, you see it like bending and going through
Archer's paradox. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, Ozark out there, Lars Anderson. He's that young guy that does like all those flips and shoots like multiple arrows at the same target. He's crazy. I don't know if that was
maybe
that guy.
I don't know.
I've seen that guy. Yeah,
that's nuts.
I don't know. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, he was a younger guy. So what's up, George? What's going on?
Nothing much, man. It's been a slow Sunday, but today was one of my uncle's birthdays, so had a little barbecue and stuff, celebrated and stuff.
A lot of December birthdays around us, man. I've been hearing happy birthday.
January for my family is a lot of birthdays. It's my younger brother's birthday, my mom's birthday, my dad's birthday, one of my aunt's birthday, sister-in-law. So it's like at least 6 people, man, on January. But yeah.
There seems to be, what was it? It was Yankees' birthday or something? There was a bunch of people come. There was a few people. Rick, I think Rick's birthday was recently or something. I don't know. It seems like every other day I hear somebody saying on a show it's their birthday. It's a lot of December birthdays.
Glimtech was last week.
Yeah, Glimtech was last week. Yeah,
Glimtech mine's on the 30th. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah. What's going on, Defense Dad?
Not much. It's work today. I'm off tomorrow. Monday and Tuesday is my weekend, so I'm gonna head out to the range while the kiddos at school make some videos.
Very cool. Vanessa's was December 1st. There you go. There's another one. And Apimus, what's happening, buddy?
Oh, not a whole lot. I've been under quarantine since Monday. So.
Oh yeah, what somebody you work with?
Dude?
Nah, I went home for Thanksgiving. Someone had a bit of a temp, so they decided to go and get checked. So they checked positive for it, and right now I'm waiting to get back results because to see if I have it. which I'm kind of hoping I do because I hate to be feeling the
Oh my God, I'm
shitty for no apparent reason.
For nothing, yeah.
Yeah, but no, the Department of Health redid their thing that if you were exposed but you come back with a negative test, they'll let you go back to work after 7 to 10 days rather than the 14 days. So,
Right. Yeah, and that was some of the issue, you know, right around the time that I was sick, before I was sick, I'm sorry, is people were getting sick. They were getting, they had symptoms, but they weren't able to get tests because the tests weren't available. So they had to quarantine when, if they could have gotten a damn test, they could have probably been back to work. You know what I mean? So they're at home and not able to work. It sucks.
yeah,
that is interesting. You know, you could be quarantined for 7 to 10 or whatever, 14 days, and then you get sick, and then you're home for another. So you're home for a month.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're running the fear of getting the sniffles. Or you call in sick at work today, you got to go quarantine.
And speaking of tests, the 3 people that I know that have had different tests, each one has had a different test. The first one who got tested was just, okay, here's the tube, spit in it, we'll get back to you within 48 hours. Mine, it was, open your mouth and try not to gag while we jam this wooden skewer down your throat. And the other person was, try not to flinch, we're going to take this wooden skewer and stick it up your nose.
Yeah, that's the
nose one. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the nose one done a couple times. It's weird if they did the throat thing, because that's usually what they do for strep. I wonder if they were getting tested for strep too. Maybe they thought it was that.
Being in the rural area, I mean, there's actually a fair amount of clinics in my area, like within a half-hour drive or so.
Mm-hmm.
But, the place I went to, it was going to have the quickest turnaround time, and they would do like the spit in the cup and we'll tell you within an hour kind of thing. But since I was not on record there as a previous patient, it was, no, we're going to stick you in the throat with a Q-tip. So,
yeah, that's interesting.
Did you think it was weird when they cupped you and told you to cough?
Huh?
Nothing.
They told him to spit in a cup. It was one of the cups that a catcher wears, though. It was real weird. I don't know. Yeah.
No, I just figured they, grabbed you down in the nethers and cupped you a little bit and said cough.
Yeah.
What the hell was this?
They actually did midnight have me spit in a protective cup, which was odd because I'm 99.9% sure that the person who was collecting it was female.
Yeah.
I was like, Doc, what are you moving the finger up for? This doesn't seem right.
Mm-hmm.
2 8 cup.
Jumpy saying thoughts on lab-grown meat. I don't like it.
I don't know, as long as you have like different strains of it to where it's something to where, oh yeah, hey, this lab-grown meat that uses this one strand of DNA has gotten infected with this or that. It's, I'm indifferent to it. If it costs the same, if it doesn't taste weird and there's no actual ill side effects.
I'm just leery of it. Maybe for no good reason, other than I don't like it because I don't like it. I don't want anything to do with it. You know what I mean? I could see. I suppose I could see it for usage in non-human consumption. I probably would be okay with that. But I don't know. I'm not 100% for it for human use. Lab-grown meat is okay for beef diet soda. Yeah.
Midnight, you're just concerned because you saw a picture of the lab that was using a 3D printer to print lab-grown meat.
That's the patty.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You don't have to worry about the lab-grown meat. We just stop by the side of the road.
Yeah. Pre-ground, just highway hamburger.
It's like that meat glue that they use.
Yeah, that's the protein, the protein powder. Yeah, that's been around for years, and I've never I mean, they use it all the time in certain things, and I do use it, but it's, if a lot of times with like things that are, like roasts, carving stations for like turkey and stuff like that, you see it used in that a lot. Lab grown meat is great for efficiency. That way, scientists don't have to go anywhere to pick up lunch. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Hey, do me a favor. Grow me a sandwich, would you?
Okay, but you got to go grab the bread seeds out of the containment unit.
Yeah. I just, I don't know.
Oh, come on. You will know that we have arrived in the future when we can walk over to a box and print a hot dog sandwich.
Yeah, one day the world would be great again.
Jesus.
Because of
Okay,
cheap,
so I don't
mass-produced
know.
printed sandwiches.
Revolver saying, "What do you think about Suitcase Gate?" I have no idea what that is.
He's talking about the suitcases of ballots in Georgia.
Okay, all right, yeah, I think that's shady as shit, and it's at the very least shows how untrustworthy and shady our system is. Yeah. I don't know if there's going to be any way to ever determine what what ballots were run through, which ones were scanned, which is unfortunate. And I think it's a damn shame, and it's an embarrassment that we can't check what ballots were scanned, what ballots went through, on what machines, on what day, at what time. I mean, if you're going to have all this goddamn technology, fucking use it, right? Like, you should be able to look in, there should be a log, there should be a record of, what ballots were run through and when. They should be time stamped, they should be labeled in some way so that you can see, oh, wow, 99.9% of these ballots that went through between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. or whatever the fuck time it was for one person. Well, that's weird, isn't it? Now I don't know if there's any way to tell that. I haven't heard anybody talk about that, so I'm assuming it's not a thing. But it sure as hell should be, and it's pretty ridiculous if it's not. I think. Well,
let's be real. If those votes were for Trump, then they damn sure would be good. Oh, we figured out a way to figure out.
Yeah. Patriot says you can check the scan times and dates and what ones were scanned, but you have to go call someone in Frankfurt, Germany. Yeah, for sure.
Avatar roll call.
The times match up when the vote counting stopped. And that would make sense then, of course. So I don't know. I try my best not to be a conspiracy dude and to get like all red faced about something that I can't prove, or you know what I mean. But I think it's disgraceful what's going on. It really is, and it's whether you can prove it or not. I don't think any sane human being can look at what's going on or what's happened and say that it's okay. I don't care who you voted for or who you want to win. If you voted for Biden, then you want Biden to win this election, and you see something like that, you should still say that's bullshit. And it's not happening, and then it's embarrassing. I don't know what to. I don't know. And I think what's happened is exactly, again, this is kind of conspiracy. It's ist also. I think what's happening to us all, not all of us, but to some extent, a little bit all of us probably, is exactly what they want to happen is we're sick and tired of hearing about it. And we're like, fuck, who gives a shit? You know what? Just fucking move on. And I don't want to be like that. But that's like a natural reaction, I think. Some people are going to go the opposite direction, I understand, and they're going to pound their fists and be like really vocal and hot and stinky about it. And a lot of people didn't care to begin with. But but I think for myself personally, you see this stuff and you're just like, fuck, man. You know what? Is it? You can't even keep up with it all. I can't even keep straight like what happened in what states at what time and what It's just so much crazy shit. It's a shame. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think it's straight up? You think it's straight up fraud? That the suitcase thing?
I think it's fraud. But who was that? Who was that female senator that was trying to say that it's actually normal and it's part of the policy and everything?
That's the problem. To me is what's policy, what's not, law, quote unquote law, what the quote unquote rules, like whatever. We've heard so many things that go against what is supposed to be done. It's embarrassing, and I really, really want to I want to feel safe in our election processes, but just finding out all these shitty things that happened, it's you can't be. It's not. How can you go into this next? Going 4 years from now, there's going to be another election. How can you go into it and think, oh, well, I hope they got their shit together? They're not gonna, and it's gonna be the same fucking mentality where it's like, well, yeah, there's some inconsistencies, and yeah, there's always gonna be a little fraud, and there's always gonna be some mistakes, and there's always gonna be, oops, no big deal. Like, it's just, fuck that, man. That's bullshit. It's bullshit. Like, we have the opportunity, we have the technology, we have the manpower, we have the money to spend on all this other dumb shit. You spend the money to make sure our election is fair and straightforward. It can be done. They act like it can't be done. And that's what drives me fucking nuts, is they almost play stupid about it. And they're just like, duh, oh, well, shit's going to happen. It's just how it is. No, that's not just how it is. Fucking get this shit right, or don't fucking do it.
Yeah, definitely need better security, man.
That video is pretty damning. They waited until the poll watchers left, and they start just scrambling. And granted, that video is the only valuable evidence that we have. but it's definitely suspect. I mean, come on.
Is there the one thing that I don't know is there any way to find out what ballots were run in that video? I don't think there is, right? Like, there's no way to actually know which ballots were run through. I don't think.
Probably not, and that's what I was getting at when she was saying, "Oh yeah, that happens." Like, how is that normal to kick everybody out? Say they're going to stop doing ballots. Once everybody's out, other than the people they want to be in there, all of a sudden here come 3 or 4 suitcases, and then they also said something. They blamed part of it on kicking people out because there was supposed to be a pipe burst or some shit. I mean, it's just when she was trying to that, I'm like, come on.
Yeah, and that's where, it looks bad. And I think like especially people that want, on our side, whatever you want to call it, people that want Trump wanted Trump to win it. They're just waiting. Like, okay, where's your excuse? Like, what happened? What happened? Like, what's that all about? Why did they send everybody out and then run a bunch of fucking ballots through when they said they weren't going to? And there's no excuse. There's no nothing. They're just, I don't know. I want to fucking hear something, man. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah. What's crazy also is like the news, or I should say the media, doesn't want to report anything, even if people saying, oh, this video was found, and nothing. They just carry on like, oh, Biden elect, Kamala Harris elect, and all this stuff, but they won't say anything about the fraud.
Poor conservatives saying there is a timestamp. I don't know. I haven't heard that. I've been waiting to hear I've been waiting to hear something like that from somebody forever. And if there's not, it's goddamn ridiculous that there isn't. And it's and then you hear, to just just the doing things incorrectly or improperly. There was one, I don't know if it was in Georgia. I can't even keep up with it. I don't even remember where the shit's happening because there's so much bullshit going on. And I think it was in Georgia where the mail-in ballots were taken apart. Like, they're not ever supposed to be taken apart. The signature is on one side, one folded side, and the voting or whatever what they voted for is on the other side. And they tore them down the middle and separated them. And they're like, well, now we don't know, we can't even look at the signatures to make sure that the signatures match people. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, who told you to do that? And why would you do that? You know, you just can't just do whatever the fuck you want. Nobody, either people are totally, clueless and don't understand that things fucking matter in an election, or they're like, well, let's just tear these all apart so that way they can't even. There's nothing you can't even use them then. And you can't tell if they're real or not, or if they're forged or forged signatures. They can't compare them. Like, it's one or the other, right? Either you're incompetent or you're nefarious. Which one do you want to be? Like, that's a question that there's so many times in life that you want to look at somebody and do that. And, you do that to people that you work, you'd want to do that with people that you work with too. You want to look at people in the eye and be like, all right, are you lazy or are you stupid? Which one are you? Come on, answer me. That's not a hypothetical. Which one are you? You can't fucking come at people like that because God knows what'll happen. You get your ass sued for something. But that's kind of what you want to ask these people. It's like, okay, you tore all those ballots in half. Are you stupid or are you a criminal? Which one is it? Which one do you want to be? They better pick fucking stupid. You better play stupid. Jesus.
Well, and the reality of it too is every time someone publicly starts talking about they think there's voter fraud, that kind of stuff, the media portrays anybody on our side as backwoods, redneck, bigoted, racist, and that's the opinion of everybody. But if you're on the Democrat side, like, you're in the right, and that's the image that's portrayed. And I mean, not that should matter, but in reality, that's become public opinion for people who, God forbid, you didn't vote for Biden.
Yeah. Well, there's just so many dumb things that somebody up the Revolver brought up the USB drives, where there's still like 50 of them missing, I think, or 47 of them or something missing, and a judge in one of the states was gonna wipe them. They were gonna delete what was on some of them. I'm like, why in the hell would you do that? Why, especially with what's going, like, normally, even during an election, like a normal election, I wouldn't suggest doing that. Why not keep them? What the fuck? You think it's going to break the bank? Keeping a thumb drive for every,
Wasn't there an excuse because they wanted to free up space so they could reuse them or something stupid?
Yeah, shut the hell up with that bullshit. You fucking lying dumbasses. There's no way that somebody actually thought that. There's no way. Why would you, especially during what's going on now? Who's the scumbag or the dumbest person on the fucking planet to be like, you know what? Let's just wipe these out in case we need them again. I'm sure nobody's ever going, well, look at them. No big deal, right? Like, what the hell? There's no way. Like, it's
somebody downloaded porn, so they wanted to erase the evidence.
Yeah, probably. Kingpin sent me something. I'll take a look at it then here in a second. But yeah, they were like, oh yeah, on Monday we're gonna clean these USB drives out so they can be used again. What? Why? Why the fuck would you do that? How dumb are you?
Don't have an extra $4.
Yeah, exactly. Go to fucking Best Buy, idiot. go get a couple terabyte hard drive and put them onto there or something. Evidence. Yeah. Hey, guy that comments is out there. What's happening, buddy? I don't know. I wasn't planning on bitching about the election, but sort of.
It happens.
Yeah,
Right, just
exactly.
insane.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's just I don't know, man. It's crazy. Biden. Did you guys see? Let me pull it. Let me pull it up. I was gonna do it later. Let me pull this shit up on Instagram. It's pretty fucking funny. Roll call. What's going on, buddy? Sorry, I didn't say hi to you. Been in here for a couple minutes while I was bitching and crying.
Hey, roll call.
No, that's all right. And you can bitch and cry, man. I mean, I'm looking at it this way at this point. I'm like, I'm not even gonna fucking vote anymore. I don't even know now. Now with all this voter fraud shit, it's like, did my vote even fucking count? Is this? Did this count? I mean, is this what they want us to do? Is not vote anymore? Is this their master plan? Is to not have us vote anymore? And I'm thinking to myself, now, did my vote even count? You know, I didn't hear about a huge widespread, concern about voter fraud in my state. I bet you it was there, but it's not like these other states. It's not, and it's only the swing states too. It's always the swing states that have this mass amount, because these are the people that always decide the election. So I don't know, man. I've posted some videos about it on my channel about some of the testimony. And when people that say they're immigrants from other countries and they came here because their elections were fucking crap, and then they go through here and have to testify how crappy our elections are, when they just said this is why they left their country, because they couldn't get ahead in life. You know, that makes you think, like, what would prompt these people who are immigrants that immigrated to this country to change their lives, to have a voice in society, to be a part of society, now have to be part of some kind of fraud that was what they were escaping. You know what I'm saying? I just, it behooves me to see this happen, and it makes me rethink my voting strategy, and it's really sad, man. It is really sad to see this happen. And the more I think about it and watch these people that are on these panels doing these hearings not care about it, or care about it, be like, well, we'll do better next year. You know, it's like,
well, and that's exactly my issue with it is it just seems like they knew this. They knew our election system was bullshit. It was full of holes. It's like Swiss cheese. There's all these places where fraud can happen. There's all these places where accidents can happen. You know, even if it's just, you know, it's not nefarious and it's just, you know, poor planning or whatever, people making mistakes. Like, it was treated so lax. And I mean, like, you just don't, I haven't even really heard many people talk about that. Like, they're talking about these weird improprieties here and there, but I'm freaking like, at some point, I think somebody needs to, not needs to, but at some point, I think somebody's going to come out and just be like, man, yeah, our system is really pretty weak as far as, you know, fraud and accidents and mistakes and all this kind of stuff. Like, it's crazy. They're talking about Jimmy Carter report 2005 fixed elections. No, I didn't see that.
Well, what makes it even more aggravating is a lot of the testimony I heard where people didn't know what they were doing. They weren't trained properly. It like the one lady, it's like, well, I told her I was going to contest this ballot, so I went to the people overseeing this section. Then they came back over and asked the person that had the iffy ballot what they should do, and then I had to go to the guy that's running the whole show. And then he comes back to the people that still don't know what to do and ask them what to do again. It's like, these people are
somebody. I was watching. I don't know if anybody saw. I can't remember the dude's name. He was a Navy vet, and he was a poll watcher. I don't know if anybody saw his testimony. I might have it saved on Instagram. He was just talking about how piss poor everything was and all these these improprieties or whatever, all these things that happened and, that he witnessed and all this stuff. And they even went into a room that they were eventually allowed to view a room. And there was a whole bunch of ballots that were just sitting out and they weren't accounted for. They don't know if they got counted or not counted or something. I don't remember. But it was him and a Democrat. He was a Republican poll watcher and a Democrat poll watcher. And they both were like, their stories matched up. They weren't. He said the only issue we had between the two of us was how many votes we thought there were there. Everything else was same. If you can't 2016, you can't rig an election. Trump wins. It's rigged. 2020, Trump is going to rig the election. Biden wins. Yeah. It's one of the things that I think he said was, about people doing things incorrectly, just like we've been talking about here. Not that, some 60-year-old, you go in there and a lot of they're older ladies or older gentlemen and they're there to help out and they think they're doing the right thing, but they don't really give a shit if they're doing the shit the right way. And he sort of brought up the fact that the I think he said 1.5 inches thick. I don't know if that's true or not, but he said the instruction book to do poll work, all the rules and regulations. He's like, that's like 1.5 inches thick. He's like, nobody's reading that. Like nobody knows what's in that thing. They're just doing what they think is right. And then you get into this, like I was talking about tearing the ballots apart. Like at what point did somebody tell them to do that? And why did they tell them to do that? And that's the scary part. And it's, shit flows downhill. You know what I mean? Like, grandma and grandpa that are helping out watching the polls and doing whatever, and they're making sure your signature matches sort of half-assedly. They're not doing anything nefarious. They just don't know that it matters as much as it does, because all these years they've been voting, nobody gave a shit. And the dude up, the guy that's supervising the whole plan, maybe he is doing something shady. And he's got all these people doing shady shit and they don't even know it. And that's what's scary. No. There's gerrymandering and then there's rigging and then there's doing both at the same time. Yeah, for sure. Hold on 1 second. This one is funny. I like this. I don't know if you guys heard this or not. I've seen a couple people mention it, but to actually hear him say it, I was like, this fucking guy, man, he is clueless.
But all kidding aside,
The first lady to be told me she holds them for you.
yes, she does, but not with she and Kamala have become friends.
Yeah.
But all kidding aside, it's a matter of the thing. We are simpatico on our philosophy of government and simpatico on how we want to approach these issues that we're facing. And so I don't have, and when we disagree, it'll be just like, so far it's been just like when Barack and I did. It's in private. She'll say, I think we should do A, B, C, or D. And I'll say, I like A, don't like B and C. Mm-hmm. And it's go, okay. And I told Barack, if I reach something where there's a fundamental disagreement we have based on a moral principle, I'll develop some disease and say I have to resign.
Yeah. No shit. Now, what's really funny is her reaction. I think this is right coming up here. He says that, and then her reaction.
We don't have that. We have.
She's like, God damn it, Joe. Why the fuck did you say that? You see her shake her head?
When he said what he said too, when he said,
he's like, she's like, oh, you stupid motherfucker. You stupid motherfucker. Why did you say that?
Disease regardless.
Yep. She's like, you dumb motherfucker. Why did you say that?
You spoiled my plan.
Yep. I just thought that was hilarious. Like, he's kind of rambling and, his normal Biden, just like, he can't say anything fucking straight to the point. Yeah, we disagree on some things. We agree on a lot of things. I think we work really well together. Now he's got to turn that into a 5-minute. He's got to turn that into a 5-minute conversation and throw a bunch of shit in there that doesn't matter. And then he says that he'll get if he has to, he'll get a disease and resign. And she's like, "Oh, you dumbass! Why the fuck?"
He's got it out of the bag.
Yeah, man, exactly. Like, and that is kind of shows. And I've always thought this about him: is he's fucking clueless about what's actually happening in the world. He's one of those guys that I don't think he really understands what people are saying and what people think. I think he closes himself off. I kind of imagine him to be one of those dudes that just closes himself off and doesn't and tries not to pay attention to the world around him. While we're on Instagram, I don't know about you, but this is an awesome idea, and this should be all over the United States. There's a mall in China that offers husband storage where wives can leave their husbands while they shop. It's like this cool little booth. He's got like TV in there or internet in there and a fucking massage chair and everything. Fucking A, man.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Can't beat that.
I'll just sit out in the truck. Thank you.
Yeah. Like your own little aquarium there. Moo, this guy makes me nervous. Look at the size of this goddamn bull.
Oh man.
Looks like me walking the dog.
Look at that thing. Now I'll tell you what, these guys have a couple ropes on its horns and he's kind of going along with the program. But could you imagine if he decided, you know what? Fuck these guys. I'm doing what I want. They would be dead. Like he would just murder people, man. That thing is huge.
Man, they must have fed it horse meat.
Fucking A, man.
Is that a mail truck?
Something, man. Steroids.
Your shipped order is here.
That's where all the ballots went. That thing fucking ate them.
Man.
How about that though, man? I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe like snob deals, they have cattle. He might look at that and be like, yeah, it's, it's pretty big. To me, that thing is a goddamn monster. Jesus.
That's a tank.
I like this one. It said at my funeral, this is from hospitality, real hospitality, man. They do like restaurant memes and shit like that. It said at my funeral, I want a chef to walk up to the podium and say 86 Sam, and then the audience will go heard in unison, and then everybody can go about their day.
Nice.
That was that one. Let's see. Oh man, these things are hard to watch. Watch this. So this dude. Okay, so first of all, we'll set the station up here, like outside dining or something. These guys are sitting around. This dude's already on a crutch. Okay, so talk about having some shit go down, right? This guy's already on crutches. Wham!
What the?
It's a wheel from a car.
Oh, there's a lot of videos like that.
There's a lot of videos like that. Dude, that guy gets fucking shellacked. He got shellacked, man. I feel so bad for that guy.
Man,
he didn't even see it
that
coming.
video is almost like the one you showed the last time where the guy was like parked out in the street or something and a tire just came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
That amazed me. That happens way more often than you'd think.
Yeah.
Best septic truck ever.
Stool
bus.
That is great.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Got a PA system.
I don't remember.
Around Mr. Hanky the Christmas poo.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Go back. Go back up. Does that see one of the houses? Have you seen that one?
Oh, this one? Yeah. Outdoor dining is gradually.
No, on the left.
Not that?
That one.
Oh, yeah. 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 Goddamn, we don't need that screaming.
Yeah. Gee, was that in Texas?
Right, Florida.
Lord,
Why do you want to work for the VA? Hold, please. My God, he's perfect. Me heading to work to save my homies when they're short staffed. Burp, 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 burp. Little guy.
What too?
What the hell? Is
Check
that, pig?
check this son of a bitch out. That's a fucking pig.
Wow.
I don't know what it weighs. I mean, but holy shit.
One of Andrew Faulkner's wild pigs running around behind his house.
It's as big as a Volkswagen.
Damn.
Dang.
Ham sandwich you get in with that thing.
That's a lot of hot dog sandwiches. This is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Like this shows how pompous people can be, I think. It says when Bill Gates' daughter started kindergarten, he would drop her off at school in the mornings to make things easier for his wife. After seeing this for a few weeks, other dads began dropping off their children at schools instead of their wives as well. Fuck, what the fuck are you talking about? Mm-hmm. You really think Bill Gates dropping his kid off to school made other dads be like, oh, I got to be cool like Bill Gates?
Nah, it was the wives going, if Bill Gates can do it, you can do it, you lazy ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Moo on that one.
Yeah, he's worth $1 trillion. He can do what he wants. I thought this picture was awesome. But look at his hat. He's got a little Gadsden flag hat on.
That's right.
Yeah, little Gadsden, little Don't Tread on Me hat.
Must have stolen from Obnoxious.
It's the only way to make this picture any better was to throw a little flag on there, little Gadsden on there. I thought that was pretty cool. That's what's fucking squib. That's what the squib the
forklift driver.
That's what forklift guy looks like when Squib's trying to do a chat. This motherfucker over here is supposed to be working, and he's talking to all his buddies on the goddamn interwebs. You old motherfucker. Ghost says, "Where'd you find that picture?" A roll call. This guy over here is getting paid. This guy's getting paid to chat with his buddies. That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit.
Who said that one? Who said that one about roll call? Dead.
Well, he is already a ghost.
There goes your vote for the Gundies.
This is 100% true. And when I saw this, I thought, okay, this is pretty funny. It said the husband in the background of every Karen video.
Yeah. The expression was doing.
Yeah.
Saw that in real life today.
Yeah. Careful where you park. Don't park there. Ooh, smash.
Oh. You ever seen that video where it's like there's a big, huge warehouse, and it's like some guy just hits a one of those
with the forklift
stands, the shelvings, and then all the shelvings in the whole freaking warehouse fall.
Yeah,
I hate to be that dude.
Oh no, I just go home.
Yeah.
Is there somebody in that car?
Oh! Is that a Slim Jim?
Oh,
yeah. Look at that. Don't be an asshole. You might get slapped in the mouth. Eh?
Punch your mama. Wow.
That old man was ready to duke it out.
I like The Onion, and I like these guys are funny too. The Hard Times. It's kind of like The Onion. Mm-hmm. Punk totally doesn't give a fuck, but prefers guests use coasters. Also, fuck cops. That's totally that generation of people. Like,
yeah.
They're just like, well, I got to be mad about something. God damn it! Oh, so angry.
Ends every sentence with and fuck cops.
Yeah. Simba, my uncle killed my father and is trying to kill me now. Timon and Pumbaa, oh, wow. Have you tried just not fucking worrying about it? That's pretty perfect for right about now. Hey, the world's going down the shitter. Have you ever just, not cared? Maybe that would be
Who's that
good,
character on Seinfeld, Kruger? He's I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Because he's eating cake.
Yeah.
It's all over his face.
Chris D'Elia. Boink. I thought this was fucking hilarious. This is like, as a parent, you can totally relate to what's going on here. Like, they want the kid to pop the balloon, right? For the gender reveal. They're like, oh, that's going to be your little brother or sister. Pop the balloon.
What the?
She let the damn balloon go because she was so pissed at her kid. I was like, yeah, that's hilarious. That's so funny.
I don't like that gender reveal stuff. I think it's tacky as well.
We did it. We did it. We got we had some people together for dinner, and we had a cake done with the center being either blue or pink. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't make it a whole big thing. We just did it real simple. It wasn't like, some people have huge elaborate things. We had some family together and did when it came time dessert, we cut into the cake and we found out, it was blue or whatever. We were having a boy. Here's this guy. So we can watch this. This is pretty interesting.
My name is Gregory Stenstrom. I'm from Delaware County. I'm a father, a family man. I was a former commanding officer and executive officer in the Navy. I'm a veteran of foreign wars. I'm a CEO of my own private company. I'm a data scientist. I'm a forensic computer scientist. I'm an expert in security and fraud. Leah had recruited me for this election, and I was glad. Thank you for that. Yeah. So for the first part of the day, I was a poll watcher in the city of Chester. And I was with just another former U.S. Marine officer. And the two of us were the only GOP poll watchers in the city of Chester, which is about 40,000 people. Because of the consolidation for COVID, there were 7 polls we were allowed to, that we were able to make it to in 22 precincts. What we saw out there was pretty orderly and exciting. People were excited to vote. One of the things we saw out in the field was that quite a few people had done mail-in ballots. So they came in and they hadn't been updated in the Delaware County database yet. So they would come in and say, the database is not showing me on the database, I'd like to vote. So the process, one of the processes was to give them a provisional ballot. And then they would vote provisionally, and then later on their vote would be sorted out. That didn't happen. I observed, and the gentleman that was with me observed 7 different polls where the people were given a regular ballot. So they cast a vote and put it in. We let it happen a few times. We didn't jump all over them. It happened a couple of times. We went up. In all cases, the election judges were very forthcoming, very polite. They apologized and they said they couldn't do it. But that somewhat spurred me to go down to the counting center, which Leah described. It's on the Seaport Ave. It's a remote building, not much around it. And I wanted to take a look. All day long, I had been told that there were 10 to 20 GOP poll watchers down there and that everything was well in hand. And out of curiosity, I decided to go down. I arrived at 6 o'clock. With 4 other gentlemen, again, former military and some good citizens from Delaware County. And we weren't allowed to get in until 11 o'clock at night, and we had to get some legal help to get us in. So it took us 5 hours to get upstairs. After that, what we saw here is, I really think the crux of this in Delaware County is as an expert in this, I think it's impossible to verify the validity of about 100,000 to 120,000 votes. Now, Delaware County's got 425,000 registered voters. Approximately 300,000 of them voted. I don't know what the exact number ended up. Mayor Giuliani had nailed that number. But of that number, over 100,000 are in question in my mind. What I saw as a forensics expert was an election process that was forensically destructive in the manner it was conducted, with the envelopes being separated from the ballots and gone to the other side of the room. And the problem with that from being forensically destructive is that when you go to do a recount, okay, the machines did a pretty good job of recounting. So if I have 120,000 ballots, mail-in ballots at one side of the room and envelopes at the other side of the room, it's still going to come out 102,000 votes for Vice President Biden and 18,000 votes for President Trump. I don't care how many times you recount those votes, you know, the ballot's going to come out the same every time. So the notion of a recount in a forensically destructive process doesn't work very well. What we saw there, what I saw there was a chain of custody in all cases that was broken. It was broken for the mail-in ballots, the Dropbox ballots, the election day USB-V card flash drives. In all cases, the chain of custody and the procedures that were defined by the Delaware County Board of Elections and Election Process Review they didn't follow one. I couldn't even redline this multi-page document because the entire document would be, they didn't follow any of the procedures. So I personally observed USB-V cards being uploaded to the voting machines by the voting machine warehouse supervisor on multiple occasions. I saw this personally. I brought it to the attention of the deputy sheriff who was there stationed, who was a senior law enforcement officer, and I brought it to the attention of the clerk of elections. I brought it to their attention. I objected, and I said, this person is not being observed. He's not part of the process that I can see. And he's walking in with baggies, which we have pictures of, and it was submitted in our affidavits. And he was sticking these USBs into the machines. So I personally witnessed that happened 24 times, over 24 times. We have multiple other witnesses that saw it, including Democrat poll watchers. And we were told, I was told the next day by the solicitors, well, actually not the solicitor, but the attorney that we had secured, that they said every election they leave a couple of USBs in the voting machines and they're brought back, and generally the warehouse manager comes over and puts them in. So in talking to the U.S. Attorney General McSwain and other law enforcement officers, I found out that was not the case, that generally, more than two is unusual. So they denied they did it, but as of today, 47 USB-V cards are missing, and they're nowhere to be found. So I was told personally that these 24 to 30 cards that were uploaded weren't there. Those cards, I demanded that they didn't update the vote live time. They only updated it about once every 2 or 3 hours. I demanded they updated the vote so I could see what the result was, and it was 50,000 votes. And I think as a computer scientist, an American, and a patriot, it doesn't matter who those 50,000 votes were. I'll tell you they were for Vice President Biden. But what was shocking to me as an American, as someone who has gone to sea, gone to war, that that could even happen. So several other things that came up was on Thursday, it took us 3 days for them to obey the court order that I secured with Leah's help and the help of the Thomas More Society, who we thank incredibly good patriots. They got us in there. They got the order for us to get in and watch it, look at the back offices, which were locked for 5 minutes every 2 hours. I went in, I was the first one allowed to go in at 1:30 on Thursday, and then again at 3:30 for 5 minutes. The county solicitor had a stopwatch. On the first time, I was not allowed to touch anything. The second time I did. What I observed in the locked room in the back office was 70,000 unopened mail-in ballots. They were in boxes of 500, stacked in neatly. The gentleman that came in with me was a Democrat poll watcher, is a forensic pathologist, a very detailed, very dedicated man, and he took meticulous notes as well. And I verified with him, are you seeing what I'm seeing? We both agreed as GOP poll watchers and a Democrat poll watcher that we had witnessed 60 to 70,000. We had a little bit of a disagreement there. The problem with that was by that time, the mail-in ballots had already been counted. So 120,000 mail-in ballots had already been counted, posted, and done. So my question is, where do the 70,000 ballots go? And nobody knows. We have a picture in here of a large number of boxes that I took that were filled with what appeared to be ballots sitting by the Blue Crest machine. They were there for about 3 hours and then they disappeared. I thought it notable when I watched it, when they were taking the ballots up and down. I said, I am an expert in fraud. I saw the ballots going up multiple elevators and racks. And I think a lot of well-meaning people and a lot of honest people were there doing that. They were trying to participate in the process. And I would say that 99% of the people there, the way the process was designed, I believe that people thought it was a non-fraudulent process. I heard that said many times. I was, I said, there's no fraud going on here. I said, well, I'm not, I didn't even bring that up. But I think people saw what they wanted to see, and they saw what was intended for them to see. I called it at one point Kabuki theater. I said it was all designed for us to see it. It was entertaining. There were cameras on it. When we finally got into the back room where the votes were being ingested, as a data scientist, I want to see where the data is coming in. And I wanted to know the universe of the votes. Well, the universe of the votes was only supposed to be 120,000 mail-in ballots. We were told there were 6,000 ballots remaining. So I said, okay, we have a universe of 126,000 votes. And then when I get back there, the universe wasn't 126,000 votes. The universe was 200,000 votes. So that's a problem. I think the last thing I wanted, a couple of other things, is the Blue Crest sorter machine was only manned by one person.
So that's the guy, the testimony I was talking about earlier. That's the guy, and I knew he was in Pennsylvania, but I couldn't remember where. It was down in Chester County, down southeast PA. So, I mean, when I listened to that, when I heard that the first time, I was like, God damn, man, that just sounds horrible,
And they're not going to do anything about it?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it. I mean, he was there with Giuliani.
Mm-hmm.
That was during one of Giuliani's Pennsylvania testimonies, or whatever you want to call it, the court days. I don't know who knows? I don't know if it'll result in anything or not. But I mean, what do you say to that? As somebody that's running, quote unquote, running this election or in charge of the election, what do you say to that? Oops, sorry, my bad.
We'll fix it next election.
Yeah. 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 I'm glad I saved that. Oh, there's the cow, and there's the one where Moo fell through the roof. Incoming.
That's why I went on a diet.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be careful. I don't even remember what this is. Oh yeah, I remember it now. Too many mimosas at brunch, man.
Face plant.
Oh yeah, it's horrible, man. She had to bust her fucking face open.
Oh,
that's day drinking right there. That's what day drinking will do to you.
She hit the sauce very early in the morning.
Yeah.
Anybody see that video clip where they're like interviewing Giuliani and any farts?
No.
No.
He's like talking and
Hollywood after Biden won? No? It's a celebration of Egypt's police department. What's their budget for baby oil? Not everything you do has to be a pyramid, Egypt. You know, for a country that's famously anti-gay, they sure are trying to give me a boner.
Gosh.
Yeah, he's still a funny dude, man. He's still chugging along. It's funny. Yeah. Let's see. What do we got here? Ben Affleck says his previous trips to gun ranges are uncomfortable to remember. Oh.
Fuck him. Pussy.
You're a shitty Batman too, asshole.
He's a shitty everything. Has he ever been anything good?
A couple things, not a whole lot, but just movies that call for somebody to be bland, kind of, you know, and not emote very much.
About the only one of his I really liked was The Accountant.
The Accountant was good, and no shit. What was the one where they were bank robbers?
The Town.
The Town was really good.
Do you know that was based on a true story?
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that. There's a lot of stuff like that. Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
You know, it behooves me that it's so sad for these movie stars when they go to the gun range. But when you put a gun in their hand to make $1 billion, it's fine. It's good. Sorry.
Speaking about sorry.
Did you hear about Rachel Maddow?
Yeah, we talked about that last week. How her and her partner shoot all the time, and they like it, and yeah, fucking hypocrites.
Head cow.
Yeah. Speaking about the filming process of the 1993 Dazed and Confused, Ben Affleck said the cast frequented gun ranges, something the actor said was fun and innocent at the time, but now is uncomfortable to remember. Part of the newfound freedom being down there in Texas was a bunch of us bought guns and went shooting at ranges on weekends, which seemed fun and innocent at the time, but given the subsequent tragedies with young people and guns, it makes me uncomfortable to remember. Oh, so scary. So scary.
Must have been all that PTSD from the movies, you know, when he's shooting people and stuff. You know?
Yeah. He's just mowing people down, cutting them in fucking half with, you know, miniguns and shit in The Accountant. But you know, I mean, actually shooting a real gun safely is the bad thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez.
Maybe they should try it on the battlefield. Maybe that will scare the crap out of all the terrorists. And you notice how there's no more war on terror? What happened to war on terror? Where is it? Let me look out my window. I don't see the war on terror either. I don't see that happening either.
Yeah.
It's right next to the war on drugs.
Let me look out there for you, Moo.
Getting their ass handed to them.
I don't know. Go on.
Black Friday sees fourth highest one-day total for firearms background checks.
No, that's right.
Meh.
And I'll tell you what. You know what? It is crazy that that was the fourth highest, because honestly, the prices aren't great and the availability wasn't great. Like,
that's why it's probably the fourth highest and not the
to my
highest.
gun store that I haven't had problems finding ammo lately. I got off work on Black Friday about 6, and like that was the first time I'd seen the shelves in my town that empty.
Yeah.
Wow.
Black Friday saw over 186,000 black background checks conducted for the purchase of firearms, the fourth highest single day total in history. The entire holiday weekend saw more than 417,000 checks. Wow. Almost 500,000 NICS checks in a weekend for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeesh.
Though Black Friday 2019 saw more checks conducted on that day because there was some shit available. Probably was a big part of it. 2020's holiday weekend exceeded the prior years by roughly 15,000 background checks proceeded through the national NICS. Following the holiday, Cyber Monday had an additional 100. Cyber Monday had 124,000 checks. Damn.
Yeah, but the thing about the checks is they can talk about checks, but you don't know how many people were approved or not approved at that point.
True, right. And there's a lot of people that don't have to go through the checks and all that kind of stuff. So, it is what it is. But 1.3 million checks were conducted through November. That brings the annual total up to over 19.1 million, further shattering the previous 15 points. Holy shit. So in 2016, when people were worried that Hillary was going to get elected, there was 15.7 million checks. This year, there was 19.1.
You guys ever go to your gun store and you can see the look on the guy's face? Like, one more some bitch asked me if I have 9mm in back.
Yeah.
You know how many times I hear that?
Nope. For no reason.
It's not even the people that come into the shop; it's the people that call.
Well, yeah, I do. It's rough, and I one of the shops by me put out an Instagram post because they were selling ammo. 5.56? I don't remember if it was 5.56 or 9mm anymore. I don't remember what it was. I just came across their post. It was a couple weeks ago now, and their price was comparable to what you would pay. Like, it wasn't exorbitant. It wasn't, it wasn't like they were gouging. But you could tell he just got totally fed up with people bitching at him about the price. And he did an Instagram post and was just like, all right, we're going to be selling this stuff, no limits. And it was cases. And they were doing it for, I forget what it was, over their invoice. And it wasn't much. I mean, he was doing it out of spite just to shut people up. And I kind of wish he wouldn't. Like, I even commented, I'm like, dude, don't do that. Fuck people that don't understand what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, his price was fair for what's going on there. It wasn't $1,000 for a case. You know what I mean? It was, $600, $650 or something he was selling it for. And it was $750 before he marked it. He was making $100 off of the case. I think he said, normally I make $100 off of the case. He's like, I'm going to knock that off and sell it. He was selling it at cost, I think. And I was like, don't do that. You're a small business owner, man. You deserve to make money off of that. But he was just so fed up with people bitching at him, And I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, he's a small place. He's local. His prices are going to be a little bit higher to begin with, and they're a range. Range prices are a little higher. And then to add whatever else is going on right now, he wasn't really out of line. He was high, but he wasn't out of line.
So I'm curious, what are you guys seeing? It's like, for example, I average around here, box of 9, about $15. Box of 25.56 is going for $9.99.
It's $30 for 50 round 9mm ball PMC, and I just seen a box of 5.56 for $22.
Damn.
Yep.
$22. How many rounds? 100
20.
pack?
5 pack.
Just a regular box. What is it, 20 or 25?
Yeah,
20?
20 rounds. Regular box is 20 rounds.
Yeah, bunker round.
For Yeah, it depends on the manufacturer whether you get 20 or
I just
25 in the
stop on
box.
the way home a couple times a week, and just because they limit you to 100 rounds per caliber.
We got 2 cases of 9 and a case of 45 Winchester white box ball. Usually that stuff is around $12.99 a box. It shot up to $24.99 for 9mm and $23.99 for 45. The boxes of 100 of the American Eagle 223, the ones in the blue colored box, those were usually $39.99, and they shot up to $44.99. And I haven't seen any other calibers like 380 or something like that. The last time I seen it at my local shop, not at work, it was what they want for, I think, close to $22, $24 a box of 50. So, I mean, and people asked, and people bought it. I mean, they got no choice at this point. So you figure if and I understand that everybody likes to shoot, but if everybody would stop buying ammunition right now, you would see the prices dramatically decrease. But that's not going to stop anytime soon. From what our distributors are talking, they don't see anything changing until 2024 for us, from what I'm gathering, because they can't get the price. See, that's the problem with a lot of, like, my shop. My shop is not really a gun shop; it's a store that sells firearms and ammunition. So what people don't understand is these people aren't going to go out on a limb and buy ammunition at the cost that they're getting and have to mark it up. I mean, they don't want to do that. But in retrospect, I mean, they could pretty much make a killing. But it's all up to them. And that's what I try to tell people. I'm like, would you rather wait for prices to come down or pay, if it's gone up that much, $50 a box of 50 of Winchester white box, which I think, is on the lower tier of ammunition. So, I mean, we're going to have to pick our poison. We're either going to continue to pay cheaper than dirt prices, or we're going to have to slow down consumption. I mean, there's no give and take at this point.
Guns and Barbecue's in the back too. I forgot to mention. I knew he was back there. If Guns and Barbecue, use the private chat there. If you want to jump in for anything, just let me know. I'll switch you out for somebody else. Let me see here. I had GSM acquires Cold Steel. Somebody bought Cold Steel Knives, Cold Steel Company. GSM Outdoors, a multi-brand manufacturer of specialized hunting, shooting, and gear, announces the company's acquisition of renowned knife maker Cold Steel, a company dedicated to making the strongest, sharpest knives in the world. Cold Steel is at the forefront of many innovations that have helped to define modern knife technology. Cold Steel was founded in 1980, so that's pretty cool. Ooh, look at that thing. Ooh, fancy pants. Yeah, look at that mean son of a bitch. Pew pew.
I'm scared.
It's scary.
Sig Sauer
It's a
crossbolt
scary
action rifle safety. Crossbolt safety recall on Sig rifles. You guys think Sig should kind of stay in their wheelhouse and stick to making bitch and pistols?
They've been making rifles for decades.
Yeah, I know, but getting into this the kind of precision.
No, they've been making not that particular precision rifle, but they've been making precision rifles at least since the early to mid 2000s.
All right, I didn't bring you in this chat to make me look stupid, okay?
Look, you don't need my help to do that.
Okay.
And what's
Fair
it
enough.
saying that I'm half in and out of it with the Rona, and I'm still making you look stupid?
Ooh, there it is again.
Ah!
It's supposed to be
Scary,
like the
not
PSA
good.
Jackal upper.
I don't know what it is. I was thinking the same thing. Like it's not an AK platform upper. Like, and it's not a side charging in any way. It's the rear charging. There's a rear charging handle on it.
Look at that big old fat top rail on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it also it's not like an AK where you'd use a low mount. That's a high mount. That's a riser underneath the red dot too. And the AK, you don't use a riser like that. You don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely not an AK. I thought that's what it was at first, but it's not. Actually,
It'll be out in 2030.
2030. Yeah.
2030 of which
Yes.
year?
Never mind that. We'll figure that out in a little bit. But it will be out soon. Too soon. I think that thing looks like shit. I think it's an
What
abomination.
does that?
Yeah.
That?
Yeah, that looks like crap. That's an abomination.
I don't know. If your crap's looking like that, you need to eat more fiber or less aluminum.
You can
And
sell
now-
it if your crap looks like that, you could sell it on goddamn Gunbroker. I don't know why you'd be bitching.
I mean, put a sling on it and then run 3 miles and tell me how much.
Oh yeah,
what
that's
that's on.
heavy. I bet that thing's heavy as shit.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. There you
Oh.
go. We can all get one of
Ooh.
these.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that
nice.
muzzle loader. That muzzle loader.
Yeah,
double
my
barrel.
my carpal tunnels will go great with that.
Handcrafted. Man made in America.
They're
America.
They're really expensive too.
Because you won't be able
Does
to
it have a
craft
price on
any-
it?
I don't know, but I've looked at them.
You won't be able to craft anything with your hand after you use it.
The Diablo shotgun pistol is quite possibly one of the most powerful handguns ever made, perfect for home and auto defense and others. Okay.
Okie dokie.
Damn autos are
Well, I
coming
mean,
for
it's-
everybody.
I mean, it's
Dude,
just pretty
that-
much an NFA compliant Ithaca auto burglar from back in the mid 20s.
It's
That was
it
literally
looks
just
like-
a chopped down double barrel 20 and 12 gauge shotguns that were meant to sit on the seat next to you and dispatch ne'er-do-wells when you're out upon the highways.
I think that this would be great if you were a pirate.
Nah, it's got to be one big ass single barrel, not two smaller barrels.
Yeah.
$479.
No, that's not that
It's
expensive.
not. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cheaper than what I saw before.
It's a lot
Yeah.
less than what I paid for my Pedersoli 20 gauge, like that.
That guy's got a potato on the end of his gun. That's great. That's the new. That's the new. It's the new thing the military's doing. They're shooting potatoes.
It's
at
a
terrorists.
silencer. It's a suppressor made by Orida.
No,
That's
no,
a tater
no. It's
tot.
one made by AutoZone.
I was going to say, it looked like a Fran oil filter.
Yeah.
A lawnmower filter.
Well, at least it's not a dead carp.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who is that guy?
Yeah. Fish break. That's Ghost's son. You know that?
Braden or something was his name.
Braden, yeah. Ghost talks about his daughter a lot, but he doesn't talk about his son very much. He's ashamed of him.
Karma.
Shortest hearing. Oh, that's one of those grand powers.
Dry balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one that works or the one that doesn't?
I don't know.
It's the one that
Yeah,
you
they're
just
talking
put on
about
your
the-
film.
Silencer.
Shot show.
2021
Cool.
canceled.
Oh,
No.
Oh
you
god.
Bunch of good nuts.
Pistol brace. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bah.
I'll be in big trouble.
I mean, maybe it's a good thing I wasn't able to get an upper when I wanted one because I don't have another $200 to pay for it to be a freaking SPR.
You know, I've kind
if
of
they go
only
through that shit.
been like half-ass paying attention to this, and it's one of those things where it comes out as big news for, like a week. Everyone's blah 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 blah. Oh my God, sky is falling, and then you don't really hear much about it. And now it's, from what I remember, it's not that the ATF is saying, yes, all braces. It's no, we have, for as bullshit as we might think it is, that, well, this thing is 99% or 90% the same as this other thing, but if SB Tactical did not actually submit each individual one saying, hey, is this okay, then that's more on them than it is on the ATF, regardless of whether we think this should be a thing or not.
Yeah, and that's where it's kind of, I don't know if there's been any developments, but as far as I understand, what happened was they submitted and got approved for certain braces, and then they produced different more. They updated them, they changed them, and they sold them, or they updated them and produced them or whatever, and they submitted them. Now, they were submitting them with the assumption that they were going to be approved because they didn't change any major parts or the way that they worked or functioned. And the ATF never gave them a go-ahead, but they never denied them either. Like, what I believe I heard was that they submitted them and the ATF just never got back to them, and they said, fuck it, and they went ahead with them. So...
But another part was they were advertising the other ones as approved by the ATF.
They weren't. They didn't say approved. They were saying they were ATF. They were compliant. So they were working. They were working under the assumption that they were compliant. So now,
either way, they sold tons of them, and people got
right. So that's where for some point of it, I am pissed off at SB Tactical because, like, hey, you should have made sure, but at the same time, and what goes along with that too now is if they would have submitted them and the ATF had a problem with them, then they could have dealt with it. And now there's millions of them out there, and the ATF, if the ATF feels like being a real asshole, they say, well, yeah, we're not going to approve them. When they might have approved them before, but now because SB kind of stepped on their toes a little bit and said, well, you're not getting back to us, we're fucking selling them, ha. Now, if that pisses off somebody at the ATF, and the ATF says, well, now they're banned, they're illegal, and now you guys all have SBRs, ha, you owe us $200. I don't have an upper, so I'm out of stock. If something would happen, worst case scenario, I'm out of stock. But there's a whole lot of people out there that have pistols built with with uppers and all that kind of shit. And if you want to shoot them, if you're going to want to combine them, put them together and use them, you're going to have to pay a damn tax stamp, and that's a shame.
Well, meanwhile,
and if you have multiple uppers, then you got to stamp. You got to SBR multiple, lowers.
That or
I
every
think,
week,
right? No, I guess not.
Out of them.
Yeah.
Guns and barbecues in the back.
Was he went out? Did he went out of the back?
Yeah, he's pissed that I ate
come in and
all the
play.
chips.
Hello skis.
Hello.
Ape ate all the chips. I'm back there starving. No mac and cheese or anything. What the heck's going on here?
Look,
Sorry,
we took
I
a
ate
look
all
at
that
the mac
before.
and cheese box, and it was dated 1987.
I
mean, I was more than happy to let you eat it, but I picked the box up and it was open from the bottom.
87 was a great year for mac and cheese. It's a good vintage. The pasta was really light. It wasn't too astringent, and it had the sauce had great legs. It had
Look,
a really
I threw
nice
the foil pack in the microwave to try and soften it up, and all it did was blow up the microwave. So I don't know what to tell you.
We had mac and cheese for dinner tonight.
You're just trying to get a new microwave.
Look, I know that, you know that, but Midnight looks pretty gullible.
Gullible. Yeah, I could go along with that.
Mm-hmm.
Gullible travels.
Yeah, Gullibles travels. Yeah. Richard Dodson, how you doing out there? I thought it said Richard Dawson. I was like, that's a Family Feud guy. It's not.
It's the guy from Jurassic Park.
George is saying just get an upper. I don't know why George is saying this. He's not in the chat anymore. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's typing it out there. He says just get an upper with a 13.7 and pin and weld it. Yeah, it's a possibility. But I mean, honestly, if I was going to, the reason I wanted an AR pistol is so that I could carry it loaded in the vehicle for trips and stuff. And if you have a 13, if you pin and weld it to make it a carbine, then it ain't a pistol and you can't carry it loaded. So it defeats the purpose. I already got a carbine. I have a 16-inch already. So that was really what it is. That's really what it was. If worst comes to worst and this goes through and, which is really, really shitty, millions of fucking people out there are going to be fucking felons, overnight. That's pretty scary. But worst comes to worst, I take the brace off of it and put a stock on it and just build another carbine or something like that. That way the wife has an AR too. I want to get her an AR anyway.
Midnight, am I missing something? Why can't you carry a loaded rifle?
You can't in Pennsylvania.
Oh, I was wondering that.
You can't.
Right.
In Pennsylvania, you can carry a loaded pistol in a vehicle if you have a permit. But a loaded long gun, you can't carry a loaded long gun in a vehicle. You have to, it's illegal. It's weird. I don't know.
I've never heard of that. Like, I know during hunting season there is issue with it, but that's because they say you're road hunting, things like that. But just in your everyday travels, I never heard that. I'm going to have to check that out now.
I think it's one of those things where there is no other definition, so it defaults to whatever the DNR says. So I know that's the way it is here in Minnesota.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I don't know. That's just how I've always known it. Pennsylvania has some weird laws.
Or, you could just not be a wuss and just use the buffer tube and not have to have a brace on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just throw a sock.
Throw a sock on it.
Yeah, a little bit of padding to your cheek.
One of those little foamy things.
No.
Yeah, how much
much
duct tape can you wrap around it before it becomes a stock? That's what you need to know.
Look, just go to your neighbor's house, go in the basement, see if they got that foam wrapping insulation over their water pipes. Cut yourself up a couple foot lengths of it and just tape it onto there.
You can't find a bathroom.
Pool noodle.
Yeah.
Pool noodle.
Yeah, pool noodle, basically. Yeah, at what point does it become a stock? Like, how much garbage can you tape onto the buffer tube before it comes a stock and the ATF comes pounding on your door?
I don't know. I guess it depends on how much of an asshole you are or the arresting officer is.
Yeah. I remember now an SBR, an AR pistol, what you want to... Yeah, for sure, yeah. All right, so what else, guys? What else is going on out there in the world? Where in the world today takes everything you got?
Midnight, what in the world of Carmen Sandiego was that?
That was the theme song to...
Who's the boss?
Who's the boss? Yeah.
Okay, Boomer.
I had a stroke there, and I couldn't remember what the hell I was singing there for a second. Yeah, it's the beginning of Who's the Boss.
Midnight, you are not a elementary school teacher in New Jersey. Quit stroking off on camera.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, some judge just got busted. Did you see that? He was having some magistrate or some justice. I don't remember who the hell he was. He had a Zoom meeting, and he sat down and he didn't have a shirt on. And he was just like, And he
got punching the clown like that one dude?
No, he just didn't have a shirt on. He was just wearing like shorts or something like that. And he got up and went and put a shirt on and came back. He was like, geez, what the fuck, man?
Herbert, how many times do we have to tell you? It's wear a shirt, not a pants, not wear pants, not a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
No, get this. We're talking about that. My niece was having, it was an AP calculus class on Zoom, and my sister-in-law didn't realize that they were alive, and she walked out in her robe and scratches her ass.
Maybe she did realize and just wanted to do the things that parents are supposed to do to their older children. Embarrass them and mortify them so they make sure they get the hell out of their house.
Dead Horse says, use a baby's tennis shoe in your buffer tube makes a great stand to stand up your AR pistol. Son, is that a stock on that pistol? No, sir, it's a duct tape baby shoe.
Look, officer, my sister's cousin let my 5-year-old watch Grindhouse, and he just thinks it's the coolest thing in the world to have a prosthetic leg that's made out of a rifle.
Yeah. They call me baby shoe.
That's good.
That's what we gotta start calling Dead Horse now. That's his new nickname, baby shoe.
I'm ordering baby shoes on Amazon right now.
Your fucking wife, dude. You know what you should? You should order some baby shoes, and then just let them lay around the house somewhere, and just wait for your wife to find them. Her reaction will be like, "What the fuck is this?"
With a Christmas card addressed to Linda,
dear Dad, or something.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Look, it's simple. You on the back of the card, you simply say, by accepting this gift of shoes for Moo Junior the 7th, you agree not to press charges, and I void any child payment restrictions.
This makes us even.
Moo, you can't go order those shoes because now they're going to hit you with constructive intent.
I'm going to trick mine out and buy Jordans.
Jordans.
Hey, can I have the other? Can I have the other one?
Well, you dumbass.
Oh.
You put one on the brace and the other. You put the other one on the top of the magazine.
On your willy.
Yeah.
Moo, there is not enough duct tape, super glue, and expanding foam to get even a baby-sized Jordan to stick on your willy.
That shit expands.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but twice a micron is still, only 2 microns.
You can math.
Ooch.
No, I just know bigger words.
Customer who stopped for takeout in Philadelphia takes out robber with single shot.
Single shotgun? Is that what he is?
Yeah. A man who stopped for takeout late Sunday night in Philadelphia thwarted a robbery, police say. Police told the Daily Caller they received an emergency call for a robbery shooting inside Wingstop in the 2100 block of Cotman Avenue around 10:15 p.m. The identified 53-year-old male was robbing the store at gunpoint. He walked in, went behind the counter, announced the robbery, and asked for all of the money.
Count the money.
Count de Monet.
However, before employees could hand over the cash, an unidentified 27-year-old entered the store. According to police, the man was unaware that he walked into a robbery and was reportedly talking on his cell phone. That's when the robber pointed a gun at that customer and demanded his cell phone. The customer then pulled out his legally owned firearm and shot the suspect, hitting him in the neck. The suspect was pronounced dead on the scene, and paramedics at 10:30. Now, that was pretty quick. They got there pretty fast. I mean, it all happened they were there within 15 minutes. Yeah.
Well, it's a wing store.
Was his order done when he?
Yeah, they already ordered.
To
Ding.
you're robbing the place. Hey, what are you doing back behind my counter? I'm robbing you. Oh shit! Hey, give me that phone so they can help track me after I get out of here.
Yeah.
You take the SIM card out and sell it.
The customer, who was also a victim because he had the gun pointed at him, remained on the scene, did cooperate with police. We do have his weapon. We know that just one shot was fired from that customer.
He's got hot sauce all over his face during the interview.
Yeah, he's just sitting there. He's just chomping on some wings.
Look, bud, I'll tell you tell you the worst part of this tragedy is that when I hit him in the jugular, half my wings got splattered with bad guy blood.
And I can't tell which
Yeah.
is which.
But either way, the
No,
wings
no
are still
bueno.
good, nice and juicy.
Then all the
No
local
bueno.
like, yeah,
They-
you kill him. You just winged him.
They look at this guy. Look at the guy 5 years later. Dude, you put on 100 pounds. Yeah, it's all those free wings that I get now.
Right.
Yeah. Oh man, that would be awesome. Can you imagine?
Free
Fucking
wings,
free
for
wings.
life.
I'd kill a
Dude,
robber
I'd put
for
those.
free wings.
I'd put them out of. I'd feel bad because I'd put them out of business, and then they probably wish they were dead anyway.
I don't think they get free wings. I'm pretty sure I go in and rob the place and just shoot myself in the foot and be like, all right, well, I got to rob, dude. Can I get those free
Yeah.
wings?
Wow, that's like Peter Griffin level of okay there.
Why'd your baby Jordans have a bullet hole in them?
Baby shoes. Hey, excuse
they
me,
work-
sir. We're so impressed the way that you defended everybody in this wing
From
place.
yourself.
What's your name? My name's Baby Shoes Dead Horse.
And fuck cops.
Yeah, fuck cops.
Use a coaster.
Baby Shoes Dead Horse. Fuck cops. What?
That's kind of like an old Indian name.
That's my Indian name.
Yeah, he says, Baby Shoes says, don't worry, the family of the robber will be suing the victim and the business for millions. Yeah, probably. They'll put them all in
The poorhouse.
bankruptcy. Yeah.
Me want wingy.
Could have just shot him in the leg.
Look,
Yeah.
I did, all right?
His leg
Just
was
like-
around his neck.
It's the leg that goes
You
between
saw-
the chest and his head.
Hey, tell him I was shooting for the leg. I'm just a horrible shot. I ended up winging him in the neck.
Night strike.
Yeah. You got night strike fever.
It ricocheted off their little dinger bell on the counter there.
You put your little dinger on the counter? Well, hell yeah, that would scare anybody off.
How you gonna pay for that?
Lucky guy.
There's more where that came from.
Oh, Ghost beat me to it. He said, "What up, Ted?" He beat me to it. I said, "In a little while, it's Ro Kaczynski."
Maybe he's a little
What
chilly.
the fuck
from-
is this? What the hell is this story about? Well, this looks like some straight up goofiness. Oop, hold on a second. Hold on. I lost it. Hold up.
Hey.
Wait a minute.
Now I want
No,
wings.
Warsaw Midnight has a female. Her name is Mia.
Is it?
Why did they call
What
it like
happened,
a bomber?
I got to
I'm-
read. You can
I'm
send it to
pretty
my
sure
PO
Mia-
box.
Mia's name is Mia. No, just saying. Otherwise, it wouldn't be
Why
Mia's
am I-
special glazed ham.
Hold on a second. Why is this not coming up here? Hold on a second.
Yeah, what's that damn ham recipe? Oh,
You ain't gonna fool. You can fool me once. Shame on you. You fool me twice. You ain't gonna fool me twice. That's how W said it. Remember when George W said that? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you ain't gonna fool me twice.
I'm getting the George W. impression now.
Yeah,
I did.
he said that once. That was super. I was like, oh, you dumb bastard.
Didn't he
You ain't
spell
gonna fool me
potatoes?
twice.
And yet we look back upon
That
those
was
days with fond
that was Dan
nostalgia.
Quayle, wasn't it?
Dan Quayle?
Wasn't that
The E on
Quayle?
potato?
Yeah.
What about tomatoes?
See,
Tater.
okay, I don't know this story.
Tots.
Tater
I'm
salad.
getting.
Tater soup.
Ear potatoes.
Earwigs.
You know,
They taste good.
I'm not sure what the hell's going on here. I'm clicking on this story, but I keep getting a different article.
It's Skynet.
Yeah, I know it's weird. I'm clicking on it and I'm getting an article from I'm getting an article from Pink Pistols, which is fine and good, but the picture that's coming up is she doesn't have any sights on the rifle.
Oh, just like on The Walking Dead.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, hey, wait a minute. There's no red dot. There's no flip ups. There's no nothing.
She's got her mask on though.
Yeah, yeah.
She's got one of those things in her glasses that automatically, like the Terminator.
Heads up display. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
SAS that Sig's putting on the P365.
Gutter sights on your AR.
Man, I remember the first
the
time I
founding
shot.
fathers were able to kick the British's ass out of America without sights. What do you think you need sights now for, pansies?
First time I shot a revolver with gutter sights on it. You know, that was it's my father-in-law's 38. It took me like 8 rounds to even realize where the fuck I was hitting.
Got to reload that 5-shot.
It's so weird. Yeah, it was so weird. I was like, I'd shot revolvers, but I never shot a revolver with no sight on the. Well, it's got a sight, but you know what I mean, like no
fixed sights.
Yeah, fixed sights or whatever. And we were up at camp and I was shooting it, and I shot like 5 rounds, and I was like, where in the hell am I hitting? Like, I don't even see dirt flying up at this point. Like, where the fuck are these bullets going?
Neighbor's house.
And yeah, I had to creep up on the target pretty good before I realized how off I was. You know,
It's sneaking up there.
Quiet.
Army crawl.
yeah. It was. I was like, God. I was like, holy shit, man, this is so weird. I'd never done it before. It was funny. I think I was by myself too. I don't think I was. I know I was by myself. And I had shot my 9mm, and I think I shot my shotgun a little bit. So I was like back and forth on different kind of guns too, which made it even worse probably. And just shot shotgun, then I shot my 9mm, and then I shot that, and I was like, "Are these blanks? Like, where the hell are these bullets going, man?" It's funny.
That reminds me of a movie I just watched. It's called Hard Kill with Bruce Willis.
Oh, is that excellent movie you were telling me about?
God, if you are a gun guy, it's a cringy movie.
Oh, really?
And me and Cindy are sitting there watching it, and I looked, and I had to go back and paused it. I said, "Look, that guy doesn't have sights on his AR. That guy doesn't have sights on his AR." I'm like, that guy's racked his gun like 4 times, so he probably doesn't have any more bullets. So you shoot those 3 people, you're going to be in good shape when the bad guys come and get you. I'm like, it was so cringy, man.
Yeah.
I just watched a shitty Bruce Willis movie called Marauder.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
I didn't either.
Same here.
But I just I turned on Amazon Prime on my TV, and I've got this rule, like if I don't know what I want to watch, I just take the first thing that pops up. And so I clicked on it, and I didn't even know he was in the movie till, a little ways in, but that movie is terrible.
Quigley Down Under's on Netflix too, just to let you guys
I
know.
saw that.
Yeah.
So is Porky's 2, and Porky's Revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you call her Lassie?
Wait.
This I don't know if you guys. A lot of people are talking about the Grandmaster Jay here, my man's.
Make sure you go report his fundraiser on GoFundMe, just like they did Kyle Rittenhouse. Make sure you go report that.
This is
honoring the ancestors. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, it's a Instagram site that I actually got. I actually got subscribed to this. I didn't subscribe to it. I was subscribed to it. Like one day I was getting it. You know what I mean? That happens all the time to me. I don't know if that happens to anybody else, but it happens to me all the time. I'm like, I'm not following this dude. Why the hell am I getting his shit? And so, it's just an interesting, it's obviously it's African American, black based or whatever. And, one of the things that caught my attention with this, not this one, but was this post that they did. and it was this guy, and he's just saying, I don't know, he's doing whatever he's doing, talking about racism and, you know, being proud of him, you know, his ethnicity or whatever, and it's fine. It is what it is, you know. And he made a comment about racism, and he says, you know, I'm going to swallow it and spit it out. and I said in the comment section, I was like, I don't think you should swallow it. You should probably just chew it up and spit it out. And then I said, and by the way, that's a bitchin' rifle. You know, hashtag Gilboa. He's got a Gilboa, one of the double, you know, the double ARs.
Yep.
And the guy, and I got banned from the I got banned there. The guy banned me, or he not banned me, but hid me. You know, so nobody can see my comments. He can. The guy whoever runs it can see it. And I was like, why did you? And I'm obviously like the whitest guy ever, so I'm sure I'm not like super welcome there. You know what I mean? But I was like, why'd you ban me or whatever, block me or hide me, I guess, whatever. And he was like, oh, that was, you know, you're saying some insulting stuff. And I was like, it's talking about that dude's rifle, man. I'm like, I'm a gun guy, whatever. So we kind of went back and forth, and it was pretty obvious that I wasn't really welcome there, you know, which is kind of a shame, you know, it kind of makes you, it's kind of shitty. So this popped up the other day, and it was about Grandmaster Fudd here, and how they're saying that it's so racist that Kyle Rittenhouse has gotten so much more money than Grandmaster Jay. They're saying, you know, Jay raised $5,000 and Rittenhouse has raised, you know, $2 million or whatever. And it's like,
so am I not reading this correctly, or does it say he raised $5K, but if he was a white kid who shot people, he would have raised $100?
$100,000. That's a comma.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, what Kyle Rittenhouse's $2 million fundraiser reveals about the unequal system of justice in America. One person. I mean, and I'll be the first one to say, and I said this in somebody's chat. Clovertech says, "Whoa, please don't associate that dude with Fuds." Sorry, buddy. I didn't know you were here. I would have kept it a little more under the wraps there. I said this on a chat the other day that I guarantee they were just waiting for this guy to do something stupid. Like, you know, there's been negligent discharges. There's been people accidentally shot at his gatherings, whatever you want to call them, protests, rallies.
Negligent discharges.
Huh?
You said there's been negligent discharges and people been shot, and I said due to the aforementioned negligent discharges.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, of course he's going to be on their radar. People are getting shot at their rallies, their protests. So, they're just waiting for this dude to screw up, and he did. And you know, and everybody's talking about how funny it is. They said the two of the officers were wearing soft body armor, but were aware that the soft body armor would not stop a rifle round, and how they were worried that he would accidentally shoot them. And it's like, well, there is a lot of that going around at their gatherings. So, yeah, but it's kind of throwing race into something that doesn't need to have race thrown into it, in my opinion. And again, you know, anybody in that in the situation that they were, you don't point your goddamn gun at something you're not willing to, shoot or destroy, right? So this guy wants to be Mr. Gun Guy, and he's out there pointing his goddamn weapon at people to shine the flashlight on them. It's like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, you're a joke.
You didn't see that training video where they're all shooting in the dark, and he's filming the video, and he's got his optic on his gun shining on the people on the line?
No, I didn't see that.
You didn't see that one?
No.
Jesus, go research that, and then you'll understand why he continues to do this, because he thinks it's okay. The dude is a complete joke, and I hope he goes to federal prison. And anybody that follows him, like these people in the picture or the people that march with him, you should find yourself somebody else who actually has leadership skills and talents and actually knows what guns are, what kind of guns they are, and how to function them well.
There's some awesome leaders in the gun community that are black. This guy ain't one of them. This guy is an accident waiting to happen. He's going to get somebody fucking killed, and and it might be one of his people. It might be somebody else, but it's only a matter of time if this dude continues to do what he's doing. That somebody's going to wind up dead.
He's a complete moron.
Yeah, he's dangerous, man. He's dangerous, and not because he carries a weapon, but because how he handles himself when he does. Yeah, it's crazy. So I was gonna try and comment on this and talk, because it was a lot of people. There was a lot of the comments were like, obviously they were pretty racist or whatever, but it's the kind of conversation that I like to, it's interesting to jump in on and just be like, hey, just let me, let's talk about this. And you can find people that are willing to talk and have some good conversations, but I am not allowed on that Instagram site anymore. So I'm not welcome. So what was that? What was that roll call? What was you were talking about with him? It was I wonder how I could find that. What would be the best thing to look up? See if we can find it.
If you go on YouTube, go to Black Scout Survival, his YouTube channel, and scroll through his videos, and he'll show you the video.
Oh, that's what his YouTube is, Black Scout Survival?
No, that's just a dude that when he first posted it. Or you can go to that. Oh man, what was that? That redneck dude down there in Texas. Because I guess
be a little more specific.
Yeah, I know. Man,
he's out in
Texas
the chat
is a pretty big place. Clover Tack is not a redneck.
Oh, he's like
a magical hillbilly.
Yeah.
Green neck.
He's a leprechaun of Texas.
Night Defense Dad.
But Black Scout Survival has a video on it, and the other guy I can't remember him and actually Jam Master Jay or Funkmaster Flash, whatever you want to call him. They had an interaction on social media together, and he called him the leader of the redneck. So he started making videos making fun of him.
Is it? Can you see my screen? Is it this one?
Yeah.
NFAC leader arrested.
No, it was a little bit later than that. I mean, he's got quite a few videos about it.
Was something posted within the last week or the last 2 weeks?
Man, when was that? This was a couple of weeks. This is almost a month ago.
It was a while back.
Yeah.
Let me type in J and see if J pops up. Be afraid of the NFAC 4 months ago?
No, something about training.
NFAC hate and lies?
No. Man, I forgot.
NFAC is dangerous. He does a lot of stuff. He's talked about him a bunch of times.
Yeah, he talks about him a bunch of times. And I can't remember, but it's somewhere in there. Man.
NFAC shoots themselves again 2 months ago? I don't know. I don't see it.
I don't know. But he had one on there. Wish I knew the other guy's name.
NFAC is dangerous.
Maybe it might be that one.
That was from a month ago. And this informative video, Jack instructs NFAC members to use safe use. Yeah, this is it, I think.
Yeah. You might have to go through it a little bit. Well, that right there, he's preaching about how badass he is. What a douche.
Yeah, he's real badass. Yeah,
It's somewhere down in there. And I just want to make this clear. I'm not associated with this dude, Black Scout Survival, but he puts up facts over fiction, and he is ex-military. So,
Seven Wonders is saying it's heavy duty country.
yeah, right
country.
there. I mean, yeah, right there. I mean, he's.
Oh, you should watch it, man. Watch the whole video, man. When the people start having malfunctions with their guns, he starts flagging them to try and give them light to see what's wrong with their guns.
Lord.
He pointed at the guy right there. He's flagging that dude.
Well, he's not hitting it on the ground, so it won't go off.
That's true.
Watch how he shoots. Watch. What a shit ass. Get on the firing line. What does this do? Pull that out?
This isn't my AR-14 bullpup.
Because here comes the shorty.
The shorty. Because it kicks.
Bullpup.
Clips for people who don't know.
I can't
Like the whole
believe
magazine and clip bullshit is just.
I usually don't get wound up when people use the term clip because I know there's a lot of people that do, and my grandfather was one of them. He used to say clip. I grew up hearing that, and I grew up saying it. So I'll even say it myself sometimes. But this dude is Mr. Man. He's supposed to be, the cream of the crop, right? Yeah.
No, that's racist. Saying a black man is cream of the crop. What the fuck?
You can't say cotton
Okay,
crop.
Whitey.
Sorry. Pew pew.
I was gonna say for as much smokes is putting down, must be shooting wolf. Hey, there's nothing wrong with shooting wolf. It's an okay way to make
What
noise.
the fuck? Wait, what the fuck just happened?
It's all that dirty propellant.
he smoked everybody off the line.
Hold on a second. This one dude starts to freak out a little bit.
Yeah, his gun malfunctions. Dude, all their guns malfunction at the same time. It's ridiculous.
Now that's what we call being in sync.
Yeah, look at here. Let me put my pistol light on there.
So he says, "Don't handle the weapon on the line. Get off the line to deal with it."
Yeah, so they take a step back from the line.
If you have an issue, what do you want to do? Carry it around in a group of people to try and fix it? That's so fucking dangerous.
That's
man.
how you shoot your boys.
Jesus Christ!
I'll stick.
Oh
my
my
webcam
God!
For doing that, thank you.
Jesus. I mean, I've seen people. I mean, you freak out on somebody when they try to leave the line, and not when they don't. Jesus Christ!
You know what really scares me is the fact that
Sock
all
puppets.
the publicities, sock puppets are freaking terrifying.
He's
But
just
all the
letting the
publicity-
dude struggle too. He's just standing there while the guy struggles. This is where the guy accidentally,
Puts a
heaven
hole in something
forbid,
that doesn't need a hole in it.
accidentally turns the rifle sideways and shoots the guy beside him in the head or something. This is oh God, this is hard to watch.
Look, man, in my military experience, if I did this on a line,
Oh my God, yeah.
I would probably be kicked out.
Oh yeah.
They tell you, here's a septic tank, here's a bucket. When you're done, get the hell out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what's even sadder, that person is, if you pause it, they're kneeling on the line.
Yeah.
Look at that. How dangerous is that? And the other guy's got his gun pointed. So if he has a negligent discharge, that thing can ricochet off that piece of wood right into that guy's face, possibly. So what are you doing? What are you doing?
It was at that moment that Daryl found out about splinters.
Yeah, right. This fucking guy. Look, he can't even get his magazine in there.
Every single
Won't
day.
fit, coach.
God damn it, man! When every time, oh man, when he takes that step back, it just him stepping back like that off the line a little bit, just makes me like cringe, man. Like, oh.
Blackwater C3 shotgun.
I wish I could find the full video of it. I think the heavy duty country guys got the full video of it. But yeah, this is where this guy is like, he's using his pistol light to illuminate everybody on the line. You know, you don't know if that guy's gun is loaded or not.
Yeah, if you find it or whatever, shoot an email to me. I would like to watch it. Maybe it's in the description here too. I don't know.
And this guy, he's a pretty decent YouTuber. I've been watching him for a while. I don't agree on some of his things because he throws in the fear mongering little aspect in there at times.
Right.
But advice on training and medical, he's pretty good at that, and that's where I value his content, is like training and keeping myself refreshed and stuff. He knows what he's talking about due to his prior background.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, I guess he infiltrated like a militia and things like that. And I guess he was in some show that did it. So he's popular in that kind of community.
So that yeah, I'll have to look in the description here and see if he has a link to it or not. I'll have to look later. But wow. Oh boy. There's a lot to unwrap there, huh? I mean, it's like, how much more of a dangerous scenario can you set up to train people that are firearms novice? You put weapons in their hands that they're not 100% comfortable with. You put them side by side. I mean, inches apart from each other. I mean, you could see they were so close to each other. They were packed in there like a foot apart at most. You do it in the middle of the night with flashlight as your only source of light. And you have them all fire. You have them all on the line at one time. And then when somebody has a malfunction, you tell them not to deal with it on the line. Oh, my God. Jesus.
That's very unsafe. I mean, they could have walked back and that weapon could have fired and could have shot any of the bystanders there, behind them and behind the people and stuff. And
okay,
you want to keep at the line where you're in a safe direction to fix. Take it back and then flag somebody, and then you accidentally fire, into somebody.
I'm not a range master. I've never run a shoot in my life. I've been shooting since I was a little kid. And I've taught some people, I've taken some people to the range and had them shoot and, for the first time and stuff like that over my lifetime. And I've been at the range with multiple people, my wife and I and her brother and her dad, and, or even before that, when I was a kid, it was me and my grandpa and my cousins and some friends would shoot. And if you're all shooting together on a line, which isn't uncommon, especially when you're plinking as a young kid, and somebody has a malfunction, it's like, okay, everybody, hold on a second. Stop. Okay, hold on a second. Let me deal with this quick, and then we'll get back to it. You call a ceasefire. I mean, how simple is that? Like, guns 101 is like, okay, somebody has an issue, call a ceasefire, and let's deal with that safely, and then get back to our organized shooting. It's a clusterfuck, man. It's just it's scary. It's cringy, man. I don't know.
Oh man. When you watch the full length of video of it and listen to the commands that are given and what that guy is talking about, I'm all for having people have firearms, and even this guy, that's cool, have a firearm. But when he starts doing negligent things with them, he should be held accountable for it.
Yeah, he
should be held accountable. I don't know how many times that I've gone to the range here and seen people have malfunctions, and have, the range master will come over and stop you from what you're doing if you're struggling. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's just they just keep shooting, and it's like, I don't know if anybody else has had the same experience, but have you ever been next to somebody that shot an AK right next door to you, or any kind of gun for that matter? That shit is loud.
Yeah.
So if something would have happened, you wouldn't even know it happened until after the fact. That you could either render aid, because it's so loud while doing it.
The last thing you want to do, I think, when you're teaching somebody, or you're mentoring a new shooter, is to make it disorienting. Like, it was like he was trying to make the situation disorienting on purpose to try and teach him something. But like, well, this is what it's like when you're. I could totally see him saying that. This is what it's like when you're in war. You better get used to it. So he's going to put them all side by side, turn off all the light, not turn off the lights, but do it in the middle of the night so that it's disorienting. Like, that's not how you teach people, man. That's how you get people shot. That's how you get people killed.
These people can't even function in the daytime. I'm taking them out there at night with no light. I mean, they can't
for sure.
They can't even walk around a city without shooting each other, and that's broad daylight.
I didn't even hear about this one, man. I'm glad you mentioned it, because this is super. Like, this is super important. This is something that everybody that thinks this guy's the shit should fucking watch, and they should watch it with somebody that knows about guns and knows about safe handling and knows about, how to handle themselves on a range, a situation. If anybody that thinks this guy's awesome would actually pay attention to like what we've talked about here in the last 15 minutes, and they still see him as awesome, they're brain damaged.
Yeah, give him money so he gets out of prison.
Keep him there. So keep everybody else safe.
Yeah, I think everybody's safer with that guy behind bars than they are shooting next to him.
I guarantee that, and that's what I mean. I even said it before I even knew this video existed. How like they've had him under magnifying glass. I'm sure when he pointed the rifle at those cops to hit him with the flashlight, I'm sure they were like, finally, we can take him in. We can throw him in jail for once. Like, finally, talk about doing the public a favor.
And you can just, like, watching that video and then seeing what he's got arrested for, you can see how stupid he is. To think that shining your weapon flashlight to fix a malfunction or to see what's going wrong is right. You can just see he thinks it's right to point another weapon light at law enforcement of of people of choice at this point portion of his life. So if he thinks it's right to point his weapon light at his buddies, I think he thinks it's right to point his weapon light at cops on the street. So
well, yeah, it's a point of judgment that it's a point of bad judgment that he doesn't see as bad. And I don't know. And this dude is supposed to have military training. He was in the Army apparently and whatnot. I don't fucking know. I mean, it's just every time I see anything about this dude, it makes you shake your head and you're just like, how is this? I can't believe nobody's been killed yet. The way he's running that fucking operation, it's crazy.
I think this guy was in the sanitation corps in the military, and
he dug a lot of ditches.
He's trying to make up for, like, yeah, I was in the military, so he's showing everybody what he thinks it should be right. You know.
Yeah, he dug an awful lot of holes. I bet. Yeah.
Dead Horse out in the chat saying, "I'm shocked they didn't shoot him right there when they pointed it at him. Probably because they didn't want to risk turning the dude into a martyr."
Yeah.
So that's where you should at least have an extra flashlight with you, so you don't use your weapon light to point at somebody. You know.
Look, there's enough discount codes for Olight floating around. You can get yourself a cheap ass flashlight. Unless you happen to think that the yellow man and the white man are in cahoots against the black man and you refuse to use their products.
I mean, good.
No, go ahead, buddy.
It's just like the video that I posted today at the guy in Olympia, where, they're all beating each other with their flags. Yeah. But then it comes to a point where the guy just whips out his pistol. It's like, but let's back up a minute. So you're telling me that you can't handle a bunch of kids who don't want to get jobs, and beating them with flags isn't enough, that you have to pull your pistol on these people that can't figure out which bathroom to take? I mean, you guys that go to these protests, I always urge you not to go, but if you do go, don't do what that guy did. And, I don't like to crap on people, but like Jumpmaster Jay and this other guy, these are the things not to do. That's why I show these things. That's why I bring them up. This is what not to do. This is the old saying, don't be that guy. This is why. Because stupid shit happens to stupid people all the time. Even the people that walk upright. It happens all the time. And, you're going to suffer the consequences. I always say it in most of my videos, most of my chats. We all have the choice, right? What comes with that choice is the consequences and the rewards of that choice. So if yeah, look at this guy. Look at that. I mean, no need for this stuff. Choices and consequences and rewards go hand in hand. This, I don't know what this is. I'd be scared too.
I don't know. You could have paid him $20.
Yeah,
is that kinky. James Yeager? Is he going to shoot James Yeager? Because in that one of his training courses, you can get shot in the chest.
Look, can we all just agree that nobody should be wearing skin-tight biker or spandex like that? Especially when you're that ugly.
That's Bill Burr. I think that was Bill Burr.
Yeah, it does look like Bill Burr, doesn't it? Don't shoot me, man. Don't shoot me, man.
Yeah, Bill, don't shoot me. Don't shoot me, man.
Come on, man. I got a black girlfriend.
I'll buy your cookies. Don't shoot me.
Deadeye Meg out there says he keeps a handheld. I personally do use a pistol light for my home defense pistol. I generally don't use I do keep a handheld light too, usually on the table. But I'm fine with only a. I would put it in my pocket usually. If something would happen, I would have it in my pocket. But I'm perfectly fine with just a pistol mounted light. They throw a lot of light out there, man. You don't have to point it directly at somebody to see who it is and what's going on. If you think somebody's in your house, and it's not your, it's obviously not a family member, because you know where your family member is. You should know where they're at. I don't have a
If
problem
you
with
if you
that.
go down, that's the first generation of that shotgun that we that we saw. Oh, go up to the old guy. That's the first generation of that shotgun.
Yeah,
See
there
it?
you go.
It's the first
Yeah,
gen.
yeah.
Look at that military arms trying to steal Ray Rose
Yeah.
Yeah.
thunder.
Steal his thunder.
Woo.
Now everybody will tiger stripe their stuff when Roro's been doing it for ages.
Yeah, yeah,
Bastards. I'll still give him credit where credit is due.
yeah.
Oh, look at Tapsack. I just passed it. That guy's such a
Oh,
douche.
yeah.
Cram chop.
Georgia will not fail. Just like calling on the wars post. I won't comply. He's like, don't you? And the one guy's like, don't you have suppressors? Don't you have this? Don't you have that? Don't you have SBRs? He's like, you've been complying for quite some time. I was like, yeah.
Ted Cruz.
God, he
Nice
got
deer.
a deer before me. What a dick.
Yeah, nice deer.
Look, roll call. It's because you failed to protect Larry. The deer are just not going to
Now,
cooperate with you.
somebody could have shot that deer for him, and he just took the picture.
In California, you aren't.
That could happen.
In California, you aren't allowed to eat inside unless you make a new inside and put it outside.
I felt sorry for that lady that couldn't have her outdoor eating place, but the movie set.
I have
put
that
up shop
saved.
right
I
next
have
to
it here. Yeah, I have that here. That was so depressing.
Well, man, I felt so
That
sorry.
was so
for her.
depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
She's like virtually in tears, and she's like, I'm not allowed to serve outside, and this is in the next parking lot over.
It's right next to her shit.
Yep, that's hers. That's her building
That's her building.
that she's not allowed to use. Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, the word on the street is we might be going to takeout only again this week. We haven't heard Wolf say anything yet, but we've had people say that they've heard they're talking about it.
So does that mean that you're going to start doing overnight delivery again?
No, we'd be doing deliveries and we'd be doing family style and we'd be doing whatever the hell we can, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, she was really tore up about that, man. She was.
Yeah. It was hard to it's hard to watch, you know?
Yeah, man. She's losing her ass.
Oh, there's
God damn it.
There's Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer.
He shot a little
got
little
one.
fella. Little lady. There's Yankees toy stuff. There
Yeah,
was
you had like
something-
14 or 15 carts, I think.
Oh, it was it was a shit.
Well, just in that. Well, yeah, he rate. No, wait, that was the animal charity. Never mind.
There was something that there was one thing where did you guys see the video of the dude in the car getting pepper sprayed?
No.
No.
Damn it.
No.
They were driving and they stopped to like argue with a bunch of people. They were Biden supporters and the people that they're not in the car were Trump supporters. And trying to find it. It's so hard to find anything on Instagram once you pass it. It's fucking so stupid.
It's like it's gone forever.
Yeah, exactly. But they argue with this. They're arguing, and I think the guy in the car spits on the other dude, and the dude just bear maces him in the face.
Oh yeah,
And
I saw that.
he starts screaming and squealing. Oh my god! It looked like it hurt so bad.
Dude,
What a
bear
fucking-
mace is no joke.
Oh man, it was bright
Nice.
red and it stuck. You could tell it stuck on his face.
hmm Look, can we all just agree, regardless of which side you're on, if you're in your car and there's a crowd of people that you don't agree with, just stay in the fucking car.
I concur.
Fraud.
Fraud.
Yeah, did you see that one?
Fraud.
I haven't seen that one before.
Yeah.
That's good.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want Bill behind me.
How you doing?
Did you need to have the theme song of Friends in the background when you see that picture.
Bill Clinton has to be Joey.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do it.
Joey don't share food. McConaughey.
Yeah.
Did he say
Don't
something
go
stupid
rash.
now?
Take one for the team,
No,
guys.
he's defending
Let's
conservatives.
can
He's saying it's
dirty round mags.
he's talking shit about liberals, trying to crucify conservatives. He's saying it's not fair, and
Well, at least somebody in Hollywood has a little bit of.
yeah, he
concern.
seems like a pretty cool dude.
Yeah, but I
Clover
mean,
tax,
wasn't it
cake.
like so many months ago or last year when he had said, "Yeah, guys, let's take some for the team. Let's limit the mags. No 30-round mags
I don't
and
know.
assault rifles and shit." And I was like, "Well, what are you doing, dude?" And then he says that he's a gun owner,
Huh.
and then I'm kind of like, "Well, why are you saying all this stuff?" I was like,
Because it's a continuation of the whole fallacy that, we got to do something and meet them halfway rather than just, no, how about we let them try to do what they want to try and do and then go, no, that doesn't stand up.
yeah, well, he wants work. That's why.
Health minister.
Trust the health experts. Hey, Jabba the Hutt called, wants his neck back.
Le Jabba no bother.
And then you got the guy from Poltergeist, not Poltergeist. What was the
Exorcist.
Yeah.
No,
What's
shit.
in a room?
the old man from Poltergeist.
No, here's the bad luck, dude. The guy got hit with the tire. Where the fuck is that video? Maybe I missed it.
Did you see
Swear
my Instagram picture up there? If you go zoom in on it, and there's all those deer in front of my empty tree stand.
Oh yeah, dude. I was telling the one guy at work about. I was telling the one guy at work about you the other day. I was like, man, I got this buddy that hunts, and it's like he keeps putting up these game cams like 3 hours before he goes through, or his day off that he's got to work or something, and there's a fucking like 10 point in front of his tree stand. Oh man, dude, that would drive me fucking crazy.
My friend said you should give your gun or your bow to your game camera.
So Guns and
Social
Gadgets
distance
posted,
zapper.
yeah. So he posted this, and I posted or commented underneath it. I was like, well, that's going to get somebody's ass fucking kicked. Could you imagine somebody zapping you with one of those things? You'd beat the shit out of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they're allowed to have their social distancing stick, can I have mine? Mine just happens to be a Mosin Nagant with the white painted bayonet.
Mine just happens to
You
be
can
my
imagine people
baby
using that
Jordan.
in the grocery stores.
Your baby Jordan. Look, just because they're huge in your hand, Mood, doesn't mean it's huge for everybody else.
Yeah, there you go.
Hands are small, I know.
Okay, you're not whatever the pretty white girl singing name is.
Trailer Swift.
No. Was it like Jewel or?
It's Jewel. Yeah, that was
Trailer Swift.
That was a Nikki Glazer joke. She at one of the rows, she's like, "Jewel, I'd like to badmouth your teeth, but I see God already did."
Wow, she's like 6'1" or some shit too. She's such a tall, gangly
Amazonian bitch, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think she's like quite that muscular though.
Deadeye Meg says, "Am I the only one here that thinks Ted Cruz is kind of cute?" I saw a really
dreamy.
funny meme. I saw a super funny meme with something with him, and I can't remember who the character was. It was hilarious though. He looks a lot better now that he's got his beard. Before he had the beard, he was pretty dorky.
Look who's talking.
Yeah, well, you know.
Do you think he would have won the presidency when he ran if he would have had the beard?
It would have helped him.
I think so.
I think it would have helped him for sure. You know, it's funny how those little things matter, but
Al Gore grew a beard after he lost.
Yeah, but nobody cares about Al Gore.
That's because he was chasing Man Bear Pig.
And reinventing the internet.
Look, he simply pulled a Fidel Castro. He was lost in the woods for too long that he couldn't get into his little electric razor, so he just said, fuck it.
Found him in a spider hole in Iraq.
Down the spider hole.
And George, what's with all the grief you're getting about your beard on social media? Your one buddy, he said something about, you go ahead and grow a beard when'd you grow a beard? You're like, I've been growing it since last year.
Yeah, he hadn't seen any new pictures of me. So when I took the picture, I was going out to a doctor's appointment, and I had the mask on, and I had my cap on to take the picture. And my friend's like, "What the heck? You have a beard?" You know, it's
Beard's
like,
hanging out
and I was
below the
gonna
mask.
take another picture without the mask, and post it afterwards. And go, "See, I've had this already for about a year now." You know, he had seen me.
He seemed a little surprised. That's all.
Yeah, he was surprised. I was even surprised myself too, because I was like, "Dude, I've had to have taken pictures already," but I think I mostly put it on Instagram than Facebook and stuff.
So yeah, I just started growing it yesterday. What are you talking about?
Was it
Call
like
me
Hagrid the
man-beard.
Horrible? That they start cutting his
Yeah.
beard and it keeps growing, and it's like no matter how much you cut his beard, it still grows quick, but it just recovers. You know, it's like Wolverine. You know, he's got the healing factor. You know, it just like grows. You know, it keeps growing.
You turn around the mirror, it's back.
5-second shadow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, originally I wasn't really going to have this beard for a long time. I was only going to have it for like about a month or so. And then I said, well, maybe I'll grow it to November. And then it became December. And then it came like, well, then I got lazy. I didn't want to shave it off. So I was only like shaving just a little bit, you know, like under the neck, you know, on top of the cheek. And then it's just like, I'm going to keep it, man, for a while.
Yeah, piss on it.
So Midnight, you being within reasonable driving distance of Philly.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Actually, huh? No.
Oh, I thought you were just stating
Philadelphia.
It was a hell of a statement.
No, actually, right across the river in New Jersey is the, Battleship New Jersey Museum and Memorial. Actually found these guys, since everything's kind of been locked down there, because they've laid off or furloughed a bunch of their employees. Their former curator has been doing a lot of videos, everything from answering questions about the ship, crawling through all the different areas, and then every once in a while they get different veterans who served on that ship and do like interviews and that with them. So
Cool.
Playing battle shits. Ozark's out there flexing about his Gucci out shield.
Yeah, I saw that.
So should I mute myself if I go outside and kick the shit out of my neighbor right now?
No?
No, that'd be
for
awesome
legal-
if you didn't.
for legal reasons, I'm going to have to say maybe.
Jiminy's dude.
I was actually thinking for legal reasons it might be better to leave it live.
Yeah, fuck it, do it live. Turn the camera on, just strap your cell phone to your forehead like Karnak.
No, friggin' asshole just went out, fired up his four-wheelers, running it through the friggin' trailer park now.
Look, you're living in a trailer park. You can't expect anything better.
So I just figured, I
Jiminy
know
Duke.
Moo just noticed, but I just noticed something that I can change everybody's names.
What?
Bull milker. Jiminy's tooth. What'd you do? Kick him out? Bullfucker.
Oops, hit the wrong button.
Well, Jiminy's tooth. What are you doing?
Jiminy
Jiminy
tooth.
We got Bull Milker, Jimenez Tooth, Jorge
Jorge.
barbecue balls, and he changed it back. He changed it. I was like, I clicked on something to try and not screen share, but whatever, and I was like, edit name. I can edit your names. Oh. I can ban you. I can kick you out. I can edit your mic settings, which is weird, and I can edit your name. That's funny. That's hilarious.
Edit the mic settings as in their audio levels, or
I don't know. I never tried it. Let me see. It says echo cancellation and automatically adjust mic volume. And yeah, so I can change your mic volume. I guess if you're low, that's how you turn it up.
That's nifty.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't know that. I had no idea. I mean, it's weird that I can edit your. I'm a dick.
You hear that, Night Strike? You need that over on the chamber. Slacker.
Yeah. It's pretty neat. I mean, it's weird that you would be able to edit somebody's name. I guess maybe if they're on a phone and they can't do it themselves, you could do it for them then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of neat, though. It's pretty funny.
You gotta slide that in there, once in a while, see if anybody notices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jiminy's too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to explain somebody about that. I'm like, a long time ago, I got drunk.
Please, you being drunk wasn't that long ago.
Well, it's like we were talking about some kind of movies and shit, and like it all went downhill.
Yeah, I have an Instagram post on that too. It was the Jimenez too. I actually was gonna send you a link to a song, and I totally forgot to do it. There's this musician. His name's Jonathan Colton. He does a lot of funny songs. He does one. It's about zombies and all sorts. He does all sorts of goofy stuff. He's really cool. And he does one. It's called Tom Cruise Crazy. It's really funny. You'd like it.
Tom Cruise, what a joke he is.
He's got the Yemenis too.
He's my hero.
L baby shoes. Yeah. I was gonna change my name to Dead Baby Shoes, but like if somebody came into the chat and saw that, they'd be like, "Oh, what a horrible person."
Blender baby bloopers.
Blender baby bloopers. Yeah.
We haven't told dead baby jokes. We haven't told dead baby jokes.
You know I was going to say that.
What dead baby jokes? We don't tell dead baby jokes.
Yeah, baby. Get in my belly.
My name's my name's Bebe Shoes Dead Horse.
Do we want a dead baby joke?
No. I've got a couple that I bet you I got one that's better than yours. We'll wait till after the show to tell them though.
Ooh. Deal.
My wife said I'm not allowed to tell them anymore.
Why? Is she the Polly? Fuck Polly.
What a stick in the mud.
Yeah, right. that and I'm not allowed to, when people start talking about sports, and I'm not allowed to make fun of them in crowds anymore. She says I'm not allowed to do that. Like when people say we, did you see the game last night? We did great. And I'll be like, we? I didn't know you were on a team. What the fuck are you doing here? You're making millions of dollars playing football. She's like, shut up, Travis. Quit being an asshole. Like,
we won.
Yeah.
That's where you simply turn to her and say, Mia, I'm not just being any asshole. I'm being your asshole.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what's this we bullshit?
French? We.
Yeah. What, you got a mouse in your pocket? I always loved that one. That was always one of what do you
my grandpa.
You got a mouse in your pocket?
Yeah.
I worked with a guy.
No, but the hamster on my butt isn't doing too well. What?
Yeah. I had one of the banquet managers I used to work with used to say that all the time. He'd say, what are we going to do? He's like, I ain't doing shit. What do you got, a mouse in your pocket? And they're like, hey, we got to go pick up these tables. We got to go deliver this. He's like, we ain't doing nothing. I hope you got a mouse in your pocket because I'm not helping you do that shit. Funny. It was a funny way to be an asshole and get out of work at the same time. It's a win-win. Seven wonders the old neck beard out there.
Mm-hmm.
If Ozark Yeoman was a pirate back in the day, he'd be Neckbeard the pirate.
No, he'd be Neckbeard Yeoman.
Neckbeard Yeoman.
I'm trying to remember that one joke you had, Midnight. was that the Ferrari one?
Ferrari? I don't know.
Oh, never mind.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was Militia Etheridge.
Militia Etheridge, yeah. I'm gonna start a militia.
I love that one.
Militia Etheridge. Yeah, I thought that one was pretty witty.
Heavily armed lesbians.
When you said that to Ghost, when you posted
Yeah.
it on Ghost's chat, man, he just cracked up. He was like, what?
Yeah, it's some dumb shit. I don't know, man. Some of that stuff, I love that stuff. It's just so dumb. It's hilarious. You can't help but laugh at it.
Yeah, it was cool, man. I liked it, man. It was awesome.
I'd rather be in Militia Etheridge than goddamn
And
NFAC and get myself shot. Yeah.
Oh, you get yourself shot either way. It just depends on what kind of shot. Barbecue bucket.
Robin Hood of the Seven Seas. Yeah.
No.
All right.
Seven
Let's
Seas.
let's call it a night here. It's getting pretty late. We gotta get up and finish decorating this tree, or hang
Sounds
myself from it. One or the other.
Sounds like you didn't do a very good job the first time.
Well, he gave up on it.
I mean, he's still
He
alive,
got-
so obviously didn't hang himself.
I was in charge of putting the tree up, and then he helped me put the lights up, which is a big help. It's a pain in the ass to go all the way around it with the light, so I had him hold him and walk beside me and stuff, and that was a big help. And then he started putting hanging Christmas ornaments on it. And about halfway through, he was like, "I want to play my iPad now." And I'm like, "Well, there we go."
And we're done.
Yeah,
Well, you're doing it all wrong. You need to get one of those little platters that spin and just put it underneath the tree, so you can just spin the tree
Yeah.
around and stand in place.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm gonna. I just put away all the stuff that we didn't need, and we're just gonna pick it back up tomorrow. No big deal. I'll do it in the morning. When he's not so tired. He helped me bring stuff upstairs today. He was a good helper. He wasn't tired, but he said he was.
And now he's going to use the we excuse. We ain't doing shit, Dad.
Yeah, it's gonna be. We'll get up tomorrow morning and be like, "Oh, we can finish the tree," and then he'll sit and watch his iPad and tell me that I'm doing a great job. He's a good
Good supervisor.
He's a good cheerleader. I will say that. There's times where I'll be doing something and he'll be like, "Oh, Dad, that's a wonderful job," or "You doing a great job," and I'm like, "Thanks, buddy." As he's like drinking chocolate milk and watching his iPad and watching me bust my ass.
That's nice, son, but could you please grab the boiling vat of oil from off my head?
Yeah.
You're just grooming them for management.
Yeah. Every good job deserves a good manager, right? So, all right.
Saving up that money so he can go to the community polytechnic and get a associate's certificate in business management.
Yeah, there you go. They did gingerbread men cookies yesterday. I came home from work and he was so proud of them. Oh my God, he had different, like each one of them was a different person. Like, and this one's for you, and this one's for Mom. All this kind of stuff. And he was like, "Dad, I want to do what you do. I want to be I want to be a chef when I grow up too." And I'm like, "All right, buddy." I'm like, "Oh God, I hope not." But
Tell him,
I'm
don't
like,
worry, son.
you
By
know.
the time you're my age, Marty will have taken over cooking.
yeah, he's way too smart to be doing this for a living. Yeah, did you see Squib put out a Marty video?
Yeah. I commented on it.
Yeah, he followed it around, and then it turned orange and started speaking in Spanish and being all pissed off. And I was like, "Oh man, it's coming after you." That's how they get you.
You see, this is going to be a new game for you two. It's going to be who can stick the most Bender stickers on Marty before they kick you out.
Yeah, I should start putting funny stuff on it, like Skynet stickers and shit, just to.
Do not feed beer
Yeah.
after midnight.
Yeah. I had him. I had to jump on him the other night. I had him while he was plugged in. I could have had at him, but
You ride them around the
you
store.
guys. Yeah, ride him around. Put a little saddle on him.
Got a cowboy hat.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir,
No,
sir, please don't ride the mopping bot, sir.
I told you
no,
last
Stephanie.
time.
No
Get off of that.
disassemble. No disassemble.
Don't disassemble. Johnny 5 is alive.
Look, bud, if the
All right.
top wasn't flared, I'd be able to leave.
Yeah. You Neanderthals have anything to plug? Roll call. What's going on with you?
Hey man, I got a couple new videos out. I actually jumped in subscribers, so I want to thank everybody for their fake accounts, and and it really helps out. Just remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I really do appreciate coming on these shows and giving senseless opinions. I believe it's senseless to not have me on this show, but yeah, man, I'm just hunting real hard, trying to score something. Maybe.
Whoa.
Yeah,
You're a married man there, sir.
that's all right. I probably will drag this one in the house and have it sit on the couch with me, and probably watch some foosball and get going.
Oh, look at
Sports
you,
ball. Barf.
Mr. Moneybags here got his own foosball table
Yeah.
that
Right,
plays
but
itself.
Other than that, man, I'm just selling guns and living life, man. So go over to my channel, subscribe, or leave comments, and I really do appreciate everybody's help out there in the social media world. Keep it going.
No, man, that's cool. I love having you on the show. I'm glad you could swing in tonight.
That's not what you're saying.
Moo, you got anything going on? Or just the same old, same old?
You know me.
You
I like
always
my
got
name
something
your,
going.
This guy's a dick. Where's that picture? That's what. Oh man, could you? Oh geez, somebody get that picture of Moo getting when that dude with the wiener jumped in, staring at Moo's face and put this guy's dick on it. That should be. Oh my god, dude! If you ever did a spread shirt, you could have a T-shirt with that angry son of a bitch staring at you, and you could say this guy's a dick underneath it.
That was brought up on
And
somebody's chat last night.
And then on the back of the shirt, it could just say, "It was so angry."
It was angry.
It was staring right at me. It was almost memorizing.
The one-eyed son of a bitch was so angry.
One-eyed, one-horn, something,
Yeah.
something.
People.
Poker?
Hey, do you want to see a Cyclops?
Yeah.
No,
Joe,
we've already
okay,
seen your pirate patch.
Joe Exotic, how are you doing down there? You got anything going on?
Good. No, nothing.
I'm Joe Exotic. Come to see my zoo. Carol Baskin's that bitch. And get me out of prison.
He's got a zoo down in this is.
I don't know
George
why
has a
people-
zoo down in Texas. He goes by the
I don't
name
know why
of Joe
people
Erotic.
don't want to be in jail. Be surrounded by all of these men.
Look, you're just
Sorry, I
missing the
can't do
men.
it.
I couldn't do it with a straight face, man. I kept wanting to laugh. No, nothing much. Just thanks for the invite. You guys can check me out at Instagram, South Texas AR Guy, and hopefully I'll start making a YouTube channel with my own name on it, so that with a South Texas AR Guy name, so that way I can start doing some stuff. So thanks
There you
again, man.
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Oops, hold on. I misspelled it. There we go. There we go. There you go, George. Joe Exotic, Mexican love sponge. Joe Erotic. I forget how the hell do you? I forget how you. Oh, there you go. Joe Erotic, Mexican love sponge.
Excuse me, sir. He's Southern Texas, not Mexican. They're so racist.
And barbecue butt hamster, what's going on with you there, buddy?
Not a whole lot. Just so everybody knows, if you marinate your hamster in your butt, you don't have to worry about injection or anything like that because it's pre-marinated. Just a small tip. Got the state 2A challenge. Got the state 2A challenge thing that I started going on. May or may not have challenged somebody that's on this panel, but I got his state wrong, so I guess he's exempt at that point. My bad.
Yeah, the fucking guy tells me I live in fucking Illinois.
Illinois.
I knew
Illinois.
I was like, I'm gonna get one of these wrong. Yep, sure enough, it was roll call. Whoops. But yeah, just started that. Try and bring some extra awareness to 2A. I was talking to a few people, and they didn't realize that their state has a constitution, and let alone that in that constitution there's usually a provision that regards the right to bear arms. So I figured that would be a good way to bring attention to it.
There you go. Very cool. Yeah, we'll keep the ears open for that one.
Keep your ears on, Snowman.
These guys a pile of monkey nuts.
Yeah, check out my channel for no content.
For no content. And,
When you're in a hurry.
And
those masks, those cloth masks won't protect you.
That's right.
We're so juvenile.
Fucking guys. Sometimes I regret coming on the fucking show.
Sometimes.
If we haven't made you question your life choices, then we haven't been doing our job.
Consequences and rewards. This is just a consequence.
Jimenez too, PBR style.
My beer.
Pro Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Knives just came into a shit show.
Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. You got to do this.
Well, we're waiting.
There we go. Jimenez tooth. Ro Kaczynski.
Where's your manifesto?
I don't know. Have you not been listening every time he's been wound up son of a bitch?
He's using it as a coaster underneath his beer. All right.
I haven't.
And then, of course, we got Bebe Shoe's dead horse over here saying goodnight.
Good night, tall.
This guy is from Illinois.
Good night, John Boy.
Good night, Grandpa.
Hey, nice.
Right. Thanks for watching. Had a good time tonight. Solved a couple of problems and we had a good time. That's all that matters, right? So, from all the guys on the channel and me, Bebe Shoe's dead horse. I'd like to wish you all a pre-Christmas whatever. Go. Don't
thing do you know
later.